because you got somebody you can call on. Ashe, that energy is in here. Maybe so much. I always know what it is, because you know y'all tongue can cut. Watch what you say to your son ever. Ashe. And then you want to call us up to come in and play the damn cops. Walk in the house and dance. It's a beast. It's going to be some vampires in there. Like, damn. They look like people, don't they? You think they human. Ready to give up. Everybody was there. Cousins, grandpa with a cane. I said, damn. Y'all want to fight the man just because he want to see a scene? Whether the door locked or not. You think my psychology always going to work? Hell no. Some brothers are straight third. I don't want to hear that. You got 3 master's degree. You ain't my master. Damn. Doctor Who. I ain't never seen you on Oprah. Stop laughing. Up under your skirt and never get that masculine structure. He might start wanting to wear one. He will fix himself. I'm healthy as a mother. We ain't gonna talk about that. I don't even want to shake her left. But she can't. Because you'll get a restraining order. Guilty as hell. And if you think that she's not even cute. Hey, why you playing with your meat, son? I can't do that. But I can't come out and tell her that. And she become the biggest buck wild at Morgan. Yeah, and a few other people. My God, there's nothing worse than going in front of a white man and say, can I see my daughter? And one time the judge looked at me and said, wait a minute, I know your face. I said, oh, shit. He was on YouTube. Judge knew who I was, but I was able to get out of it. Because he would have never gave me my baby. I know what I'm talking about. When I'm done, they don't want sex no more. Homo, hetero, nothing. Every time I wanted a cookie, I saw a herpes. Damn! Damn! And fellas, I want to be clear now. When we go back to take over the community, because we're going to have to do it, gentlemen, you can't expect the cops to fix this, because they started it. But I want to be clear, and I know some of us love our children, but some of our children are so far gone that we're going to have to put some of them to sleep in order to take back the neighborhood. Some of y'all don't want to hear that because you don't live in reality. But I'm telling you, as a psychologist, I'm not going to be able to psychologize all of them on the corner. Some of them going to sleep for good, for good, for good.
All right, quick question. Thank y'all so much for tuning on in. Welcome to the live stream. We did back-to-back today. 2 member videos already archived. Thank everyone for become members today. We got a lot to get into, so let's get it. Quick protest on the video. Let's go.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's 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 coming. Oh, it's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking.
FDMG. Yeah, it's amazing that Umar, he has everything to say about everything except what's going on with these trap bandos up there in Wilmington, Delaware, that he calls FDMG. And now he's going after Kamala Harris. We're going to get into that video today. I want to thank everyone for tuning on. Everyone inside the Quick Crush chat, you are undefeated. I appreciate your presence. Hey, I ain't seen you in a minute. How's it going, Mimo? Senor Juarez. Thank you for tuning on in. We've had a wonderful day today with different live streams. We did a live stream for members, 2 of them. The first one was I was answering questions and responding to comments. And then the second one, we were continuing on the series. I think it's part 4, the series dealing with Umar Johnson, misogyny, the sexualization of women, and sexism. And there's plenty of examples. The video we were watching today, though, if you guys members, y'all know what I'm talking about. Umar goes crazy. And a lot of people haven't seen that particular video. If you'd like to become a member, there's a join button below these videos here on YouTube. You're welcome to become a member. There's plenty of member content. I have more member content up than I do content for the general public. We had another new member join not too long ago. Love HKDD. Thank you so much. And Nisha and Max and Binky and Eddie and Jer Bear Care and Ju. Okay. And hopefully you will join as well. Okay. All right, thank y'all so much. This is a very interesting time, and I want to get to something that is all stated earlier. And this just goes to show you character when it comes to Umar Johnson. Umar's posts on the Brendan Deppa hearing were self-serving and disgraceful. Shake my head. Absolutely. Umar's the ultimate clout chaser, and he used the situation that Brendan Deppa was going through to insert himself into the business, which is none of his business, and try to appear as if somehow he's part of what's going on down there. He has nothing to do with what was going on down there. He's just someone who shows up. That's called clout chasing. He even took a picture with the Brendan Deppa's mother. That's just clout chasing. You don't get much more clout chasing than that. Out of all the stuff Umar talk about white people, he will take that picture, but it's self-serving because it makes it appear as if he's some sort of community activist. He had nothing to do with what was going on down there. He's just a bugaboo like his daddy that showed up. I don't mean to be like that, but the daddy used to bug me so much. I call him a bugaboo. Disgraceful, self-serving, but that's Umar. He'll use any and every opportunity to meet whatever needs he has or to project himself as if he's some sort of a leader. He's not. What he is, he's a cyber bum. That's what he is. He goes from place to place. He doesn't have a home. He's homeless right now. He's not worried about opening up a school. Outside of the paint days more recently, when was the last time y'all saw Umar Johnson doing anything of consequence up there? And it's been 5.5 years. FDMG's not coming. That's just a scam to get money coming in. Outside of that, Umar is just traveling around the world and collecting more money and crushing cookies. That's it. And he will use the situation, including the situation with Brenda Deppa, as a launching pad to try to promote himself as some sort of a leader. He's not a leader. He's not grassroots. He has no feet in the grass. He's a vagabond. He's just like a hobo. He goes here to there. He doesn't have any type of building. He's not affiliated with any organization. He says the IEP, the whatever, all these different organizations that he comes up with in his mind, they're fictional. None of them exist. This is Umar Johnson. And now, because of presidential elections are coming up here, and Kamala Harris in particular, Umar is targeting her because she may be black, or because she is black, or because she's not black. And notice he doesn't say the Republican plantation. He says a Democrat plantation. I'm impartial. I don't consider myself to be a Democrat or a Republican. There is an online test you can take to see what your affiliations happen to be, or where are you left, far right, somewhere down the middle. I would assume that I'm probably somewhere down the middle. I was thinking about doing a show where I actually take that test and we can do it live. Y'all can take it with me. All right. I'm impartial. But Umar, he uses this as an opportunity, and it's self-serving and it is disgraceful. We're going to watch the video in just a moment. There is a poll up, and that is dealing with whether or not, I'll read it to you guys right now. We already got some people voted already. There's 110 votes, 112 votes. Is Umar Johnson's attack on Kamala Harris justified? 69% say no so far, and 31% say yes. Make sure you get your vote in at some point during this live stream. I just want to also make the public announcement that I did register today to vote. Okay. And I've been doing my research. Okay, so we'll get into the politics stuff. Maybe not. I'm still undecided, but I did vote. Okay, so give me a little credit. All right. Thanks for that comment, Dino. So very, very true. Charles says deserve. So Kamala is not above reproach. I don't think anyone is above reproach. Have you seen the video yet? The thing is, I find it fascinating that Umar, out of all people, is the one to attack Kamala as he has. That's the thing. You're right. No one is beyond reproach, but I don't see him attacking Trump the same way. Again, I'm impartial, not Democrat, not Republican. Okay. I'm not affiliated with any political party. But why attack Kamala? That's the question. The other thing is that Umar tends to attack people who are far more achieved in life than he is. I have a list of many of the black males that he's attacked over the years. It's a whole long list. And yet Umar Johnson supporters say over and over again, you're trying to tear a black man down. But if you listen to Umar, all he does is tear black people down. Hey, there's another aspect of this. Umar, out of all people, he's homeless. Why are you, come on. Yeah, no one's beyond reproach, including Umar, including me. Right? All right, let's get into it. Thank you all again for tuning on, and I appreciate it. K Diggy's in the building, and Calitas estás aquí también. Y Seth is here. What's up, Seth? In East B. So far, we got 250 people now. Thank you so much. You got 70 likes. Y'all hit the like button. I appreciate that as well. I really appreciate that. Let's see. I mean, here we go. I guess we can do it real quick. Let's just get this out of the way. This is from Vicky. Why is your rhetoric all about Umar? I'm no fan, but is it just about money? No. I don't see any other group who dedicates so much time to attack one another. It's not attacking, dear. It's not. No one is beyond reproach. And holding Umar accountable, somebody's got to do it. No one's doing it. And it's beyond just Umar in the school scam. It's also about his predatory ways towards black women. So, Vicky, come on. I'm trying to help black women out, too. All right. Are you trying to save people from donating? No, I wouldn't say that I'm trying to save anyone. What I would like to do is to give people the information that they need so that they can have informed consent when it comes to Umar Johnson. See, Umar Johnson doesn't tell everyone everything, right? The other thing is that he has such a vast library of content. Most people don't sift through everything. I've done extensive research on this guy, not just videos, but also there's paperwork online that I found. That all of this needs to be presented to the people so that you can have as much information as you need in order to make an educated decision as to whether or not you're going to support someone like this, someone who is preying upon single black women out here, who has no business around children too, mind you. You see? Now, let me go back to one other thing. Is it just about money? I do appreciate the money that comes in, but understand that when I started doing Umar Johnson videos, I wasn't receiving any money. Anyone who was around back then hit the one. So you can't use that argument. It just doesn't work. Okay. The truth of the matter is that when I started doing Umar Johnson videos, there was no, YouTube didn't even have cash apps. I didn't have my PayPal information up there. I didn't have I didn't even have a cash app back then. What happened was that people wanted to support, and they asked me, well, can you put up your PayPal? I didn't want to do it. I ended up doing it. They said, put up your cash app. I didn't want to do it. I didn't even have one. So I set up a cash app account. And then at a certain point, at a certain point, while I was doing Umar Johnson videos, on YouTube, they allowed for super chats, and people were like, yeah, go ahead. That way we can contribute, and we like the show and so forth and so on. So I said, okay, I went ahead and did it. But if you guys go back to when I started doing Umar, this went on for a long time. I didn't collect one penny. Okay, so you can't use that argument of it. Someone has to hold Umar accountable. No one's doing it to the level that I think that needs to be done. There are people who are doing it, but there needs to be more. See, we covered 2 videos today. If any of you guys who are members, we covered 2 videos today that shows you how disturbed of an individual Umar Johnson is, and most people don't know about it, and you may not even know about it, Vicky. Okay. The other thing is, it's totally up to you. You can come and watch these videos. You can decide not to. That's totally up to you too. But I do know that the work that I put into Umar, that it has made a difference and that it needs to be done. Okay, I'll say that. All right. All right. So we got that out the way. All right. If people want to come in and talk that, listen, I'm not going to address it for the rest of this live stream, whether you're an Umar Johnson follower or maybe you say, listen, I'm not a fan. That's a red flag right there when people say, listen, I'm not a Umar Johnson follower, but okay, no, you're on some level, you're Umar Johnson follower. Okay. I'm not going to be doing this for the rest of the live stream. I try to get 1 in per show, sometimes 2, but that's going to be it because we got a lot to get to today. All right. Thank you for your comment, Vicky. Charles Bronson said, deservedly so. Come on. Okay. I already got this one. All right. Thank you. And there was another one that came in. This is from East Speak, says, please don't let anyone dissuade you from exposing Umar and his lies. This is powerful work, Lennon. Great. Get your bread. Yeah. I appreciate it. And thanks for the super chat. Okay. Again, everyone inside the Cook Crush chat, have I ever asked, since I started doing Umar Johnson videos, have I ever asked you all for any money? No. And we're going to keep it that way. Now, I may ask for likes. You hit the like button, I appreciate it. I've asked people to share maybe twice, maybe. Okay, I did ask people to share for the King Randall video because Umar scammed him out of I think it was over $3,000. See, people need to know about that. You see, so I did ask people to share because I wanted people to really see the type of person that Umar Johnson is. He will scam a young brother who actually has a school and who's actually working with young boys, and he'll take the money and won't give it back. Over $3,000. It's not an isolated incident either. I got plenty of receipts on that. Okay. I don't ask people. I don't. So if people decide to send a super chat or a cash or PayPal, I always thank people, and I will always thank people because I'm grateful. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, HB. I appreciate it. All right, let's get to it. So I want to get into, there's the figure right there, $3,246.70. He scammed out of this young man. Yep. Yeah, you asked us to crush the chat's cookies. That's it. Okay. And there you go. And I just don't. Ever since I started doing more videos, I don't ask for any money. And when people asked me to put up my PayPal, I said I didn't want to do that. But they kept asking, and then it was Brother Darian. He's the one that really said, no, you need to do it. People are enjoying the show. Anyway, here we are. At this point, we get plenty of views. We get plenty of likes, and people enjoy the show. And so it is what it is. All right. Okay. So let's get into it. Right now, it's a very interesting time because the presidential elections are starting to heat up. We got Kamala Harris, who is now running for president. She just announced who was going to be her running partner, the vice president. I actually watched that the other day. Also, Trump did a video today. He did a live, and I watched that as well. Umar, however, he infuses himself into these conversations as if he's some sort of an expert, and he does have a degree in political science, but if you listen to him, he doesn't sound educated at all. Okay, I'm educated myself in terms of politics at this time, but one thing that I will not do, and if I was Umar, I would not do, is I would not continue to attack people who are far more accomplished than I am. Umar is homeless, literally. That's why these days you see him only in hotel rooms. Why? Because he's homeless, literally. And prior to that, he was living inside his mama's house. What kind of man is going to speak on Kamala Harris or anyone else who is that successful in life when you was just living inside your mama's closet and now you can't live there, so you living out of hotels and motels, Holiday Inns? That makes no sense. Okay. So we're going to get into the video, and I haven't watched the video yet, but I guarantee you Umar Johnson is not at his home because he doesn't have a home. He's going to be inside a hotel motel. All right, here we go. Yes, listen, everything that I say, I can back it up. Umar is homeless, and he has, let me say it this way. There is paperwork of Umar being evicted with his mama from the last two, and I have it, the last two residents where they lived together. And on one of the paperwork, there was another guy that was living there too. Okay, I did research into him too. You guys don't even want to get into that right now. Makes no sense. Now, where he was residing more recently, where he was living inside of the closet and live streaming inside the closet, and in the backdrop there was a sun and was like this drape. He can't live there anymore. And I have the video where the social worker comes out to do a wellness check on the mama, and Umar's live streaming. There's a knock at the door. He gets up and he goes to answer the door. He forgets, he doesn't turn the live stream off, and you can hear it barely, but I have the technology where you can go in and you can work with the audio file itself, and you can raise it up so you can hear the conversation. And in that conversation, Umar is explaining to the social worker that he says the mama's not there. He says that he's the primary caretaker. He says, I'm the oldest son. I'm Umar Johnson, and I'm the primary caretaker. They have extended her hours. This is his way of justifying why it was that he was there when he was not supposed to be there, because it's not a traditional rental agreement. I don't want to say too much. Y'all can read between the lines. It's not a civilian to civilian rental agreement, if y'all catch my drift. You see, Umar's not supposed to stay there because of that. And if you look at the paperwork into the most recent eviction paperwork that was filed for that property, and you read through, all this becomes clear. See, Umar was homeless then. He was just staying with his mama. He wasn't supposed to be staying there, but now he can't. And that's why you see him trying to be all over the place, travel all over the place. He's live streaming inside his car. He's live streaming inside of hotel motels. You don't see him live streaming with that backdrop at his mom inside his mama closet. Just prior to starting the St. Paul's donation drive, Umar was evicted. He had tax liens that was accruing too from that money, because the money that he was collecting wasn't associated. It was not associated when he was collecting the money with a 501(c)(3). It was considered to be personal income. And if you do enough research, you realize that the reason why that taxing is so high is because all the money that he collected at that time was considered to be personal income. See, this is why I do Umar Johnson videos. I can give you the timeline. I can pull up receipts to prove all of this, and including this, that Umar is homeless right now. And yet this is the person who has the unmitigated gall to speak on other people who are far more successful. At least they got a job and they got a house to stay in. Anyway, let's get into it. Here we go. This is the video right here. And Umar, I'm guarantee you he's not inside at a home. He's actually in a motel.
Peace and Pan Africanism, peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism, peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism, peace and Pan Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade, coming to you live and direct from Columbia.
No, it is. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull up a video to show you exactly what I mean. Okay, I'll let this play. Okay, I'll be right back.
Carolina. Coming to you live and direct from Columbia, South Carolina. Coming to you live and direct from Columbia, South Carolina. Coming to you live and direct from Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah, can you guys hear the audio, by the way?
To my continental Africans, I want to know my brothers and sisters in the Republic of Kenya, we riding with you. I want my brothers and sisters in the Republic of Kenya to know we riding with you. I want my brothers and sisters in the Republic of Kenya to know that we are riding with you. I want my brothers and sisters in the Congo to know we are riding with you. I want my brothers and sisters in the Congo to know we are riding with you.
Here you
go. I
go.
want my brothers and sisters in the Sahel to know we are riding with you. President Ibrahim Traoré, keep up the good work. President Ibrahim Traoré, keep up the good work. Brother Ibrahim Traoré, keep up the good work. I'm riding with Burkina Faso. I'm riding with.
You ain't doing nothing inside of a hotel, motel. You need to cut it out. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, don't worry about it. I got the receipts. Here you go. This is his mama closet. And I know oh, man, it is so sad too. It is so sad. It's hood. This guy's collected millions of dollars. 2.6, 2.7 million. There's people who've estimated 3. I can see 3, but at the very least, 2.6, 2.7 million dollars for a school that does not exist. He conceptualized FDMG in 2005. In 2010, he said the school was going to open in 2013. In 2014, he starts collecting money for the St. Paul's school scam. And then in 2019, he finally purchased these trap banners up there in Wilmington, Delaware. And here we are now in 2024. It's been 5.5 years later, and there's still no school. This guy's collected millions of dollars. And not only is there no school, but this guy continues to be homeless. Not only is he homeless, but he was staying with his mama inside the closet and getting eviction notices. We don't even need to get into the type of shit that Umar was talking inside of these videos that we just did for members. Do I need to pull just members? You all let me know. It's y'all show. Do I need to just pull up a clip here from one of the videos and a clip here from another video and play it for these people so they can see what type of person Umar Johnson is? Hit the one if you want me. I'll members, if you let me know. But this video right here is him inside of his mama's closet. And as the video goes, you'll see
mother
what happens.
Who plunges a knife into the bosom of her infant to save it from the hell of Christian slavery should be held and honored. Woo! Y'all not ready.
Yeah, that when the camera turned around, he showed the living conditions. He was living in filth. He was staying with his mom at that time too. Okay.
For me now. Y'all not ready for Frederick Douglass. Oh no. Y'all not ready for Frederick Douglass. I would dare say that the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, greatest leader of the 20th.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Maybe we can cover it tomorrow. I've actually taken time off tomorrow and Saturday, and I'm going to be off on Sunday. I got some stuff going on I haven't talked with y'all about, but the stuff needs to be handled. So maybe we'll cover it tomorrow. But while we were live streaming for members only, people were mentioning that he was going live. So I don't know. He's always all over the place. I see a lot of ones in here. James said one, so we're going to do it. Yo, JoJo said one. Windows said one. We going to do it, family. Eddie said one. Okay. All right. I'll pull that up next. All right. I just don't want to get too sidetracked because we still got to get into the Kamala Harris video, but watch this.
I would dare say that the most honorable mark.
See, there's a knock at the door. Notice you hear the fire alarm too. Okay. This is inside of his mama's closet.
Excuse moi.
You can already show people, members, where you can find the records online of the eviction and the reason why. And Umar's not supposed to be staying there because it's not a civilian to civilian rental agreement or lease. Okay. See, he has his chair there. So you can't hear it, but I took this, it sounds like silence, but I put it through my audio editing software and you can hear it clearly what's going on. And this is the scene, and it really exposes the truth of what was going on with Umar, him staying with his mama. He's not supposed to be there. And he claims to be the primary caretaker, and she is disabled. She is disabled. And he's trying to explain why he is there at that time. He's not supposed to be there. And he says they're extending her hours and I'm the primary, but Umar's traveling all over the world. How are you the primary caretaker? He's such a scammer. This is what I'm talking about. If this guy's going to do this to his own mama and somehow I'm supposed, somehow it's not, it's illegitimate to speak on Umar while he's out here raising millions of dollars. And then when he's out here traveling, when he should be home as a primary caretaker, he's preying on single black women to get their money, to get their draws. We're not supposed to speak on that. And then he's collected millions of dollars of black people's money for a school that does not exist. And we're not supposed to speak on that. I'll dare say that it's a shame that we don't speak on this. I'm not here to shame anybody, but it is a shame that we don't speak on this, because this is how someone like Jay Morrison was able to set it off the way he set it off. This is how someone like Polite was able to get away with the freaky shit he was getting away with for who knows how long. He in jail now. This is how Nature Boy's ass was able to do what he was able to do for like a decade, and he in prison now for life. I ain't mad. I'm just letting y'all know. Think about this for a moment. These charlatans, these scam artists, these sexual deviants, including Umar, are out here preying on black people, and somehow we not supposed to speak on it? No, I don't believe that. Not at all. That's how these individuals, that some of the individuals that I've mentioned here, that's how they've been able to get away for such a long time with what they were doing and harming all kinds of people, mainly targeting black women. And in the case of Polite, targeting black women as a gateway to get to these little girls. Don't make, and I can't, but I can't pull up that video. Umar has a history of recording little girls' body parts with his cell phone. You can find it online, but the one that I have, you can't find. It's been purged off the internet, but I have it. So I don't want to hear that. I just don't want to hear people, oh, well, you shouldn't be talking about Umar. Well, that's why when we talk about the types of shit that be happening in the black community and all the kind of crazy shit that these so-called men bring and the devastation and carnage that they create, that's why this shit's happening. And if y'all cool with that, well, this ain't the place for you. Now, this is the video right here. No, and I can pull up the receipts on all of this. Listen, everything that I say, I can back it up. I said that Umar stayed at his mama's house. If I played the video where I pull up the audio where you can hear it, you'll hear the whole conversation. You know what's crazy about this too? At the end of the conversation, when the caseworker leaves, and she gives the organization that she represents, because I couldn't figure it out at first, but someone said who lives out there. She says no, and they emailed me. They said no, this is what the organization's name is. You can hear it, but I couldn't make it out. I couldn't make out each and every, because it's not like one word, right? It's like Philadelphia such and such, office of such and such, and the person was like, no, I know what this is, and they told me they typed it out for me, and I went back and listened to it, and that's exactly what it was. They were doing a wellness check. But what does Umar do? When he answers the door, he says that the mama's not home. But then when the caseworker leaves, you hear him shut the door, lock the door, and then he starts talking to his mama. But you see, these days, you don't see Umar inside of his mama's closet because he can't stay there anymore. He wasn't supposed to be staying there anyway. And that's why you see him in hotel, motel, Holiday Inns. And all of this is actual and factual. Don't worry about it. I got the receipts. After a while, he finally comes back and sits down.
Brothers and sisters, the work never ends. I'm not getting rid of my chair. I love this chair. This chair has been with me for almost 20 years. I've been sitting in this chair before y'all knew me. I was sitting in this chair when I became a school psychologist. I was sitting in this chair when I got my doctorate. I was sitting in this chair when I took over the conscious community. I was sitting in this chair when I became King Kong Consciousness. I'm not giving up this chair until the chair gives up on me. I'm not giving up on this chair until this chair gives up on me. I'm not giving up this chair until this chair gives up on me.
Oh, thank you, baby. You so nice. Thank you so much. You're not gonna give up. I'm just playing. All right. That chair 20 years old. That's what he said. He talking like it's a relationship. That's his boo. Umar got a boo chair. He said, you see what I mean? He said, hey. He said, this boo chair, boy, got the bad cookie. Let me stop. I'm taking it too far. I done taken it too far. I apologize. He the only black conscious man I know that got a boo chair. It's a chair bear. Well, Umar, wow. Anyway, let me get to some of these super chats. Actually, y'all, please don't send me no super chats today. Please don't send me no more. This is it, okay? Because I don't want. Let me stop. I'm now being petty. I apologize. All right. Joppa 14 says that charity. Listen, it needs more than the cocoa butter. It need to wash down. It needs some tender loving care. It needs to be refurbished. What else? It needs to be diffused. You know, it needs some new skin. Listen, Joppa. Cocoa butter ain't gonna do it. Because the cocoa butter, it'll give it some shine, but the part where all the black stuff done came off, the upholstery done came off, the cocoa butter ain't gonna help on that, family. All right. Somebody said, y'all need to cut it out. Somebody said that chair needs reparations. Hey, that chair needs reparations ASAP. That poor chair got red. All right, let me get up out of here in this chat room because y'all wow. It needs to be power washed. Yeah, it's way over 10,000. It got way over 10,000. Okay. Boy, y'all crazy. Okay. Woo. Yeah, I know. At least put a sheet or something. That's what we used to do. Or you put like a towel over it or something. I'm sorry. Let me stop. But that's at his mama's house. Okay. He can't stay there no more. That's why he's always in hotel, motel. Thanks, y'all, for the super chat. Okay, so let me just play just to give you guys an example of what I mean with this guy. We covered this for members, and I'm not going to play the whole thing, but this is just an example of why people should be speaking out against Umar. And it's not just about the school scam; it's just about his character. Let me pull this one up.
Be oblivious.
I'm only going to play like 3 minutes of it, and we got to get back to it because we're already 35 minutes in. But here we go.
Question my children about where I've been. Make sure your partner understands the golden rule.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Make sure your partner understands the golden rule. Another reason people are staying single is because a lot of us have poor sexual hygiene. Poor sexual hygiene. Poor sexual ladies, keep them cookies fresh, smelling good. You know how you go into the corner store, you get you a nice pack of soft batch cookies. You can smell them oatmeal. Oh, smells so good. They so soft. They melt in your mouth. They just cheer your whole day up. Ladies, keep them cookies healthy. Soft, fresh, moist.
Okay, he's saying cookies, but that's a euphemism for vagina. I'm not going to say too much about this. I'm just going to let it play. All right, but I give a whole breakdown analysis for you members. This is y'all's principle. This is the person that people be defending all the time. And Lenon, you should be talking about him. And, you know, he's the Messiah. Okay.
Just like the cookies in the store. Soft, fresh, moist. Just like the cookies in the store. You gotta have good hygiene. Now, I understand, black women, that the vagina cleans itself out. I understand. That the cookie jar is a self-cleansing organism. I understand this. The cookie jar is a self-cleansing organism. But sometimes you got the douche. Come on now, ladies. Don't be so organic. Don't be such a tree hugger that you don't know when the cookies got a scent. Okay? That is not attractive to your mate. Okay? Okay? Keep the breath, brush your teeth, get your dental checkups. But ladies, keep them cookies. Get you a yoni tune-up, take a nice cold bath, turn off the cookie jar once in a while and just rest and get your walls back. If you ain't got no walls, you ain't getting married. I'm telling you that right.
See him doing his hand like that while he's saying he's talking about the vaginal walls. So you, Umar Johnson, follows y'all a trip. Y'all say things like, well, I'm not a fan of Umar, or, you know, I don't follow him. Yeah, you do. That's why you saying that. Okay. That's why you watch some CSI videos when they're interrogating people. It's called a qualifying statement. Well, I don't follow him, or I know he's a fraud, but you shouldn't be talking to him. No. I don't, no. Y'all need to sit here and y'all need to hear what this guy is saying, especially for you black women. You need to hear about what, and not just you black women, but you black women who got daughters, because he talk crazy about. I should pull that video, but we ain't got time for that.
Cold bath, turn off the cookie jar once in a while and just rest and get your walls back. If you ain't got no walls, you ain't getting married. I'm telling you that right now.
See him doing his hand like that? Now, when he says turn your cookie jar off, what he means is stop having sex so that you can get your walls back, so that you can the elasticity of your vagina can return to a state that would be pleasurable to him as the man. Okay, I'm not going to give a full breakdown, but we are discussing this for members.
Too many miles on that engine, ladies, it's going to die. You put too many miles on any engine, it's going to die. And some of you ladies got 100 miles left on that goose, and it's going to crack on your ass, okay?
Okay, goose is a euphemism for vagina. He refers to you women, your private parts, as loosey-gooseys, okay?
Don't nobody want no loosey-goosey. Every brother knew of a woman he would have made his wife, but she had the loosey-goosey. He could not make peace with the loosey-goosey. So ladies, make sure you ain't got no loosey-goosey. And brothers, how you looking for special treats and your balls smell like last week's bologna? How you looking for special treats and your nuts is smelling like old pig fart mixed with funky marshmallow and Swiss cheese meat?
We're going to leave that right there. Let's get to the video for today. My goodness gracious. That's y'all's principle. Tyree became a new member. How's it going, Tyree? Thank you so much for becoming a new member. I appreciate it. Here we go.
Burkina Faso. I'm riding with Mali. I'm riding with Mali. I'm riding with Niger, brothers and sisters. I'm riding with Niger. Brothers and sisters, peace and Pan Africanism to the Caribbean family. My Haitian Africans, we stand in solidarity with Haiti.
son.
My Haitian Africans, we stand in solidarity with Haiti.
You can grab them.
My Haitian Africans, we stand in solidarity with Haiti.
Thanks to Cecil. He sent me a cash app. I appreciate it, Cecil. Hope you're enjoying the show. Let's keep going.
My South American Africans, we stand in solidarity with you. My Central American Africans, I will see you August 16th and 17th in Costa Rica. I will see you for the Marcus Garvey celebration. I will see you for the Most Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey birthday celebration, Puerto Viejo, Costa Rica, August 16th, 17th. I'm waiting to see what IRE FM is going to do with Sunday, August the 18th in Jamaica. I'm waiting to see if IRE FM in Jamaica
You might want to check the
wants to
garage
do
in front of the
Sunday.
garage.
I'm waiting to see if
Thank you,
IRE FM, if IRE FM wants to do Sunday, August the 18th for the Garvey celebration. I will be in Jamaica. I will be in Jamaica. I will be in Jamaica on Sunday, August the 18th. If not, I will be in Costa Rica for another day. I will be in Costa Rica for another day. I want to see everybody in Nat Turner Land, August the 21st. I want to see everybody in Nat Turner Land, August the 21st. I want to see everybody in Druryville, Virginia at the Nat Turner Library on August the 21st. But tonight, we got a lot to talk about right here in Columbia, South Carolina. We will be at 200 Wayne Street tonight at 7 o'clock. Doors open up at 6.
No? Okay.
We will be at 200 Wayne Street in Columbia, South Carolina tonight. I repeat, we will be at the Legacy Hut, 200 Wayne Street here in Columbia, South Carolina, across the street from the Whaley Building, behind the gas station. $10 donation at the door. We're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to talk about it tonight because, see, one thing we're not going to do is let the Democratic Party manipulate us through fear-mongering. One thing we're not going to do is let the Democratic Party manipulate us through fear-mongering. Can somebody please contact Vice President Kamala Harris? Can somebody please contact presumptive Democratic Party presidential nominee Kamala Harris and let her know, if you want the black vote, you have to deliver black concessions. We will not vote out of fear of Donald Trump. Can somebody please go tell Vice President Kamala Harris what I just said? Can somebody please go tell the Vice President of these United States that if you want the black vote, you will earn it. You will not get it out of fear of Donald Trump. Somebody tell Kamala Harris that. She will not get the black vote because people are afraid of Donald Trump. We've been through that rodeo. We done already been through that rodeo. We've been through that rodeo with Joe Biden. We've been through that fear of the Republican rodeo with Barack Obama. We've been through that with Bill Clinton. We've been through that with Jimmy Carter. We've been through that too many times. We're not voting out of fear. We are voting out of concessions. We are voting out of resources. We are voting out of rights. We are voting for empowerment. We will not vote out of fear. Somebody go tell the Democrats that. Somebody go tell the Democrats that. Now let me talk about my sister Sonya Massie, rest in paradise. Let me talk about my sister Sonya Massie, rest in paradise, who lost her life in Springfield, Illinois. Let me talk about my sister Sonya Massie, who lost her life in Springfield, Illinois, shot 3 times in the
why is this guy rubbing on his belly while he, I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's keep going.
face. Shot 3 times in the face by white supremacy. Shot 3 times in the face by white supremacy for doing nothing at all but holding a pot of hot water. She took that water to the ground when the police officer asked her to get rid of it. She said, "I'm sorry." She said, "I'm sorry, I apologize." And she dropped down with the hot bucket of water. She couldn't drop the water. She would have burned herself. She couldn't drop the water. She burned herself. She couldn't drop the water, so she stooped down with the water so as to show that she posed no security threat at all to those officers, and they took her.
Yeah, he's always doing this. It's really, really. Yeah, the cop was arrested, and they didn't give him bail either. They didn't give him bail. I've seen snippets of the video. I was actually going, because I actually have the full the full body cam, and then the after it takes place where they question the guy, and he lies about what happened. But I haven't watched the whole thing. I was actually going to do a live to discuss that, but I don't know. Then people be like, "Leonard, you should be talking about that." Then I talk about Umar. You shouldn't be talking about. Well, can we talk about that? Then no. Then I say I want to talk about politics. No, I want you to talk about politics. I'm about to leave YouTube. That's what's going to happen.
Her life anyway. They took her life anyway in Springfield, Illinois. Let me say this, Black America. Let me say this to my Springfield, Illinois Africans. Let me say this to my Chicago, Illinois Africans.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Let me say this to the entire 50 million American African population. If we let the Palestinians come to Chicago and show up and show out more than black people, we should be ashamed of ourselves. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. If the American African family, if the Springfield, Illinois family, after what they did to Sonya, if the Chicago, Illinois family, after this migrant crisis, if we let the Palestinians show up to the Democratic National Convention in Chicago from August 19th to August the 22nd, if the Arabs come to Chicago and protest stronger and protest better and protest more powerfully than the American Africans are, we should be ashamed of ourselves.
What is he talking about?
With all the hell we catching right here in America, if we let the Palestinians show us up at the Democratic National Convention.
Yeah, well, Angela, that's one of the reasons why he's so dangerous, because he speaks, and he does have influence, but he speaks as if he's, some sort of authority figure. He's speaking on behalf of black people. See? Let's be clear. He's not for black women. He never has been. He will say, it's called running game. That's what we used to call it. He just runs game, and he'll say things every once in a while to make it appear as if he cares about black women or that he supports black women. This guy's not married. He has 2 baby mamas. He's doxed the baby mamas in personal information. He told his fathers to go up there and confront the baby mama and the grandmother, and then he gave the daughter's school name. He referred to, when he was dealing with the stripper, he referred to her as a COINTELPRO. He called her a maggot. The list goes on. I mean, I can run down a whole list of this guy. He has no love for black women, whatsoever. He doesn't have love for anyone, but in particular black women. He has a disdain. That's why we've been doing a series talking about the misogyny. He has no respect whatsoever. And then, of course, he preys on single black mothers to get money, but then also to sexually exploit them. That's why he's always talking about cookies. When he goes on the road, it's really like an escapade to try to find women to have sex with. That's why that there are women that I've spoken with offline, and they talked about how the way that Umar, he was trying to be like a rapper, where he can go city to city and have different women in different cities that he can have sex with when he speaks in those cities. I'm talking about like in major cities. That's how Umar, he's been wrong like that for a long time. One of the reasons why he doesn't get the types, if you guys notice, there was a time where Umar, he used to sell out venues and it'd be jam-packed with professionals in the building. It'd be standing room only. that doesn't happen anymore. And one of the reasons why is because his reputation precedes him. There was a time where he used to go after the women, and some of them were already in relationships or they were already married. They were calling him out. They were bringing him out to speak, and they're paying him for it. And they thinking he's coming here because he's this community activist. But the way his approach was as predatory. No, there's more women I can see if I can have sex with them. And he would push on them. There was men too that saw that taking place. That's why a lot of those organizations don't bring Umar back anymore. The women complained about it and the men got upset about it. Umar don't go back anymore. And that's why these days you don't see him selling out these major venues or I shouldn't even say major, but large venues or anything like that. It doesn't happen like that anymore because his reputation precedes him. He's a predator. He has no care for black women. Okay? He's an absentee father, deadbeat. He says he pays his child support in bulk. He lets it accumulate and the court calls him in. Then he finally pays it. He has his license revoked several times, at least twice. I think it was 3 times. When he was working, he had I always forget what that's called, a wage garnishment for child support. And I can run down a whole list. I can keep going. And so he says he's doing it again. He takes a real tragic event and uses it to push his agenda and doesn't really care about what actually happened. And you're absolutely right about that. That's the same thing with just forgot the thing down in Florida. He actually took a picture of himself with the mother. That's what he does. He inserts himself as if he's relevant, but he's really not. He's just showing up there. And then I go on his Instagram page, he's just eating and shit. That's the thing. Umar, it's like he's like on a perpetual vacation, traveling, crushing cookies, and then eating. That's it. Yeah, Brendan Depper. He has a picture of himself with his mother. That's also the clout chasing. It's ridiculous. He doesn't care about anybody out there. And that was a tragic event too. It really was. Thanks SOB for the super chat. I hope you're doing all right. Okay, let's get back to it here. Here we go.
In Chicago, we should be ashamed of ourselves. Springfield, Illinois, no excuses. Every one of you need to be in Chicago August 19th through the 22nd. Springfield, Illinois, every one of you need to be in Chicago at the DNC. Black Chicago, Black Illinois, it's time to show up and show out.
Umar, cut it out. You probably not even going to go up there. When is the DNC? Let me go find out. Let's go see if it's on this schedule. Hold on, I'll be right back.
And let me say this. We're going to talk about it tonight here in Columbia, South Carolina at 200 Main Street. Doors open up at 6. We're going to talk about it tonight here in Columbia, South Carolina, 200 Main Street tonight. Doors open up at 6. But let me say this, Springfield, Illinois, don't be hijacked by the fact.
Okay, it's August 19th. 2024. Now let me go look on Umar's Instagram page and see if he has it up there. I'll be right back.
That the officer was fired because he was charged, because he was relieved of duty. Springfield, Illinois, listen to your brother one time. Springfield, Illinois, listen to your brother one time. Springfield, Illinois, please listen to me. The reason that officer was arrested, the reason he was charged, the reason he was discharged of his duty is because the Democratic Party cannot afford to lose the state of Illinois to the Republicans. Do y'all hear me in the back? Do y'all hear me?
Listen, according to Umar's schedule, he's going to be in Costa Rica. So what are you talking about? He's going to be in Puerto Viejo, Limon, Costa Rica, 8/16 through the 18th, 8/16 through 8/18. I got this right? And then after that, he's going to be at Nat Turner Revolution on the 21st. It's not even on this schedule. So he expects everyone else to go turn out at the Democratic National Convention, but it's not on this schedule that he's going to be there. He's so ridiculous. Let's keep going.
In the back. Do y'all hear me in the front? Do y'all hear me on the side? Do y'all hear me on the right? Do y'all hear me on the left? He was only arrested and charged because the governor of Illinois is a Democrat. I'm going to say it again. He was only arrested and charged because the governor of Illinois is a Democrat. They can't afford for black people to turn their backs.
Someone should bring Umar onto their show and then surprise you. You come in to debate FDMG and his Hotepery. What do you say, Hotepery? Yeah, Umar, he's probably just start screaming and then he'll just run away. That's what he would do. I already told, because people be like, well, why don't you have him? Why don't you talk with him? Have him on the show? Well, he can come on anytime he wants to. Here, I'll put the link up here right now. Umar, you want to come on through here? Even though you're probably out there snacking somewhere. Let me stop. That's being petty. Here, I'll put the link up here for Umar. You're welcome. I told him anytime. Yeah, he wouldn't dare. Here it is right here. It's for Umar only. There it is. Yeah, he would never. I mean, that would be hilarious though. But Umar, he doesn't like to be challenged. He doesn't like to be questioned. And the next, he doesn't like people who have different opinions than he does. And the next example is what took place with Father David. We covered that this week. There's part 1, 2, and 3. Go watch it. And look how Umar Johnson behaves. And that's not the first time where he's behaved like that. What he does, he throws a tantrum like a child. He'll start yelling and screaming. That's what he did. Just like when he was on Lord Jamar radio show, or Lord Jamar vlog years ago. I can't remember what year that was. It's had to at least been 3 years ago. Umar went crazy. He throws a tantrum. He lacks emotional maturity and emotional discipline. He throws a tantrum. So yeah, if it ever took place where I was able to question him for an extended period of time, he would not be able to handle it. I guarantee it. Now let me give an alternate reality, and that is that, for instance, with me, when people question me, or if they they come on and in some cases just talk shit, I don't lose it. I may say something and I may even be a little firm with it sometimes, but I don't lose it. And then if I feel as if I may have disrespected that person, I'll always apologize in advance, or I'll apologize after the fact, just in case they were offended, because that's not what my intent is. So I'll say it right here, humbly. Anyone of you Umar Johnson followers, if you said something during this live stream and I responded to it and you felt as if I was being disrespectful to you, I apologize, and that was not my intent. Yeah, it's never been my intent. The way I look at it is that Umar Johnson is so abusive to his own followers that it wouldn't serve me to be abusive towards his followers. If anything, I have to have a level of compassion, because the way I look at it is you guys are victims. You just don't realize it yet. Maybe you will never realize it. Hopefully someday you will. Yeah. Thanks, user 225. Y'all remember that show 227? 225 says Lenon will never see Umar in the same building. Yeah, I highly doubt that. I mean, he's threatened that he was going to come and pull up on me. He's done that in the past. I think that's probably when he really messed up, because Umar, he used to try to intimidate people who would speak out about him. But I'm the type of person that is, when you do that to me, then I'm gonna go harder. I don't have fear of men like that. I just don't. And so when he did that, that was probably one of his biggest mistakes. He doxed my personal information, my home address. He was talking about how the pull-up team and how he was going to get his Goonie Goons to come and do all this and all that. I was like, all right. Hey, that's what cowards do. That's what they do. He always wants other people to do his dirty work, but he would never step to any real man. He wouldn't step to him. Because he's not built like that. He's marshmallow. That's Umar. All right. Thanks for the super chats too. User 225 and KK says, didn't he criticize Kamala for not turning Sonya Massie's case into a political talking point? You can't have it both ways. I don't know if he's done that, but the thing is that in politics, especially while you're trying to get elected, you can't speak on everything that everyone wants you to speak on, because it could be polarizing. And Umar claims to be a political scientist. He should know this. He claims to be a political scientist. He does have a bachelor's in political science. It was a double major, psychology and poli-sci. Okay. But the thing is that if you are out on the campaign trail and you say something like, listen, I'm only going to do this for Black people, well, that's polarizing. And there's going to be a large percentage of the population of voters that are going to say, you know what, because you're saying that, I'm not voting for your ass. So you have to be careful. Now, it doesn't mean that after the fact, after you're elected, that you can't do something like that. But while you're trying to campaign to get elected, that's not a smart strategic strategy. That's why with Umar, like I often think of, I don't mean to go here, but I often think about PR, public relations. Like I would like to just jump into doing a show on politics, but I'm kind of revving up to it to see, whether or not it would make sense. So I have registered to vote. I've been studying every single day, dealing with political science and civics. And then I'll see where things go. But there's a strategy to that. Okay, one step at a time. Umar's not a strategist because he doesn't have organization skills. See? So for him to be speaking on these things in the way that he speaks on it, it's clear to me that he doesn't understand that in politics from a PR perspective, especially when you're trying to get elected, you got to be careful about what you say. And then once you're in office, then you can use whatever power you have, even though the president doesn't have the power to actually create law. I don't even understand why people think that the president has all this power. It doesn't work like that. It's checks and balances. But you have to be careful when you are politicking, when you are trying to get elected, and you got to be careful with what you're going to say, because ultimately the goal is to get as many votes as you can, and you say what you need to say, and you say what you shouldn't say, what shouldn't say that would take votes away. You don't do that. You have to be strategic and you have to be smart, and then from a PR perspective, you have to have some level of intelligence. Umar doesn't have that. Okay? Yeah, but what you're saying here, KK, I don't know. I haven't heard that quite yet. Okay. Yeah, I'll listen for it. Maybe he does it inside this video. We'll see, though. Okay, we'll see. And thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. User 2225 says, "Said it before. I'll say it again. Umar wants to crush cookies that aren't finished baking." Oh my God, Umar Epstein Tunde is a Boondocks character. I wonder if I should pull that video up. I can't show the video where he's filming a little girl's body parts. I could pull up the video where he's on the airplane filming the women's body parts. It's still inappropriate. Some could even ask the question of whether or not a crime was being committed. We're not going to go there right now. I was talking about this to members that some of the stuff that I've seen Umar do, it's on the fringe of child sexual exploitation. It's on the fringe. I would never show it, but it's on the fringe, in my opinion. But the other thing too is there's a video where there's a woman from Chicago. What was her name? Queen Africa, I think. And I remember she says something real. Let me say something. Maybe I shouldn't do this. I already know I shouldn't do this. I'm gonna find it, but probably won't play it. Let me think about it. I'll think about it. I've said it in the past. I'll say it again. Umar has no business being around children. There's also a video. It's not a video. It's an audio from the Big Papa podcast, episode 6 or episode 8, where Umar talks about how he wants to have the boys who go to his school. He wants them to dress in suits. Then they're going to bring them back to the school and then feed them. And then they're going to, he's going to cuddle with them by the fireplace. He says the fireside. I said, what? He says cuddle. I can pull it up. And then in the documentary that I did on Umar, he talks about how he can't wait to have the sleepovers with the boys so that he can lock them in, talking about lock them in the building, turn off the lights and play capture the flag. I said, what is going on here? But this one video of this woman, she's out of Chicago. I can't remember what her name is right now. I'll think about playing it for you all, just to give you guys another example. But I've said it in the past. I'll say it again. He has no business being around children. I'll say that. All right. Thanks, user 225 for the super chat. I appreciate it. 78 Vet says, Lenon, remember the guy in Virginia who threatened someone regarding Umar and lost his job? Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. There were there was a time where Umar had quite a few people who were doing his dirty work. Oh, I just remembered something else. Damn. What video was that? Yeah, there's two videos. Yeah, members, I think we're going to have to go and watch that whole video straight. Maybe we need to do it for everyone. It's a part of the series where we talk about Umar, sexism, misogyny, and objectification of women. But there's this part that I remember, and I didn't play it today, but maybe we need to sit down, everyone together, and watch that whole thing. It just came into mind. And then another video came into mind too. I probably shouldn't play that because it was the graphic language. But anyway, back in the day, and yeah, you were probably around back then, 78 Vet. Back in the day, Umar there were a lot of people that would do his dirty work. And he had a lot of followers that were that were around him. Some of you guys remember this. They're not around anymore. You know, and there's people who lost jobs. You know, there's people who I'm sure you guys have no idea the type of stuff I've had to put up with. I had government agencies calling me and shit. I was like, what? They said what? That I did what? I mean, some crazy, crazy stuff. See, but the difference is these days, 78 vet, those people aren't around like they used to be, because they realize that Umar is nothing more than a fraudster and a scam artist. And he uses people to do his dirty work. See, because he's such a coward. He doesn't do anything himself. And really, the truth is he doesn't do anything, period. Just run his mouth. But besides that, he doesn't do anything. All these threats of physical violence, he gonna beat this person up and I'm gonna do this and the SETI rant and all this stuff, that's just all talk. See, he's the ultimate coward. He picked the wrong one. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. He picked the wrong one. Thanks, 78. But yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. User 225 says, I'm an Asian guy. Is Umar mad racist against Asians and other non-black minorities? Has he said anything about other? Yeah, he's talked about all. One of the reasons why Angela Yee stopped coming to the Breakfast Club when Umar Johnson was on the Breakfast Club was because I think it was on the second time they had him on, he was talking all kind of shit about the Chinese. Y'all remember that? And then all of a sudden, the next time he comes on there, she's not on there. And I remember he was like, where's Angela Yee at? And she never came back on. All the other times he came on there while she was still employed there, she didn't come back on. See, Umar doesn't even have a level of self-awareness to say, maybe I shouldn't be talking shit about Chinese people or even Asians for that matter when this young lady over here is part Asian. He didn't even have self-awareness. He's gone after white people, of course. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. He's talked about Jews. He calls them the untouchables. He's talked about Italians. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. This guy, he's like the ultimate race baiter. Well, I wouldn't say the ultimate race baiter, but he's up there. He's up there. See, a lot of what he says, it's about racial division, and it's about this idea of perpetual black victimhood, and that all these other races are doing all these things to cause harm to black people. In fact, the whole saga with the St. Paul's school scam, where he said that he was trying to raise money to put in the bid, ultimately he went on this. He never put it in the bid, but what ended up happening in the end was he was like, yeah, the Asians came and stole it. Basically, they came and stole it from him. No, that's not what happened at all. Okay. So listen, Umar will attack any group of people, but you know what, user 225? The most interesting thing about Umar is the group of people, or the quote unquote race, okay, which is a social construct, not a scientific fact, but we'll play that game. The group, the race that Umar attacks the most is black people. That's the great irony of all of this. If people listen carefully, yeah, he'll say stuff about Asians, he'll say stuff about white people or European, he'll say, which is two different things in my opinion. He'll say all kinds of shit about all these other groups of people, but at the end of the day, he talks more shit about black people and demeans and disrespects black people more than anybody else. Okay. Thanks, user 225. In fact, he was calling Kamala Harris a quadroon. I said, what kind of a what? You should compile all this info into a Google Doc. Yeah, well, I do have a documentary. I don't know if you've seen it or not. The other thing is that I was planning on doing a second documentary, but opportunity costs. It's just a lot of time, a lot of work. I got all of the receipts. I know the timeline. I started on the second documentary. And the only thing that I could think of doing to kind of mitigate the issue of the time investment that it would take is just release it in parts. You know, like maybe a 20-minute segment, that'd be part one, 25-minute segment, part two, 20-minute segment for part three, and then go through the whole timeline. And it would have been an exhaustive, because see, when I did the first documentary, I was relatively new to Umar, relatively speaking. But now, boy. Okay, thanks for all the super chats. I appreciate it. All right, let's get back to it. I was going to pull something else up. Let me see if I can find it. I probably shouldn't play it, though, but I'm going to go find it. I'll be right back.
On the Democrats in Illinois, They already got the Brandon Johnson migrant conspiracy. They already got the Brandon Johnson migrant conspiracy popping off in Illinois. They can't afford for Springfield, Illinois to turn up like Chicago is turning up. They can't afford for Springfield, Illinois to turn up like Chicago is turning up. So don't you sit down and get comfortable because he was arrested and charged. Don't you get comfortable because that man is going to trial. All they're doing this for. That cop was arrested because they don't want to lose your votes. And what they're going to do is drag out his trial. They're going to drag out his trial until after Kamala Harris is elected. And after Kamala Harris is elected, they will find some way to give him his job back and drop all the charges. You know I know what I'm talking about. You know I know what I'm talking about. You know I know what I'm talking about. So Springfield, Illinois, don't you get comfortable because that cop was fired. You better get up off your ass and join our brothers and sisters in Chicago, Illinois at the Democratic National Convention.
See, now, Umar, are you going to do something? Are you going to be there? And he wants other people to get up off his ass, but he's always on his ass. Listen, he's either sitting inside a funky chair or in this chair right here, or he's laying in the bed. One of the most laziest people I've seen online. There is a poll too, by the way, if you haven't voted. We got 622 votes so far. We got about 600 people in the building. The question is Umar Johnson's attack on Kamala Harris justified? We haven't really gotten into that far deep into the video, but it's coming. And so far, 39% say yes and 61% say no. Let's keep going. Here we go.
Every black person in America, if there was ever a time for us to show up and show out somewhere, it's August 19th to August the 22nd. Now, I got to go to Leo season. Leo season came in yesterday. Black August will be here in a minute, but Leo season came in yesterday. Let me check in with all my Leos. Where are all my Leos and Lionesses at? Shout out your birthday if you born under the sign of the sun. Where my Leos at one time? Where my Leos at one time? Where my Leos in Africa, my Leos in Europe, my Leos in Canada, my Leos in California, my Leos in North Carolina, my Leos in Virginia, where my Leos in Omaha, where my Leos in Houston and Dallas,
there you go.
Where my Leos in the Caribbean. It's Leo season. It's Leo season, brothers. And you know, Black August is always the month where we show up and show out as African people. Black August is always the month when we show up and show out as African people. So I need y'all to show up and show out at the Democratic National Convention. I need y'all to show up and show out at the Democratic National Convention like Queen Mother ancestor Fannie Lou Hamer did in Atlantic City in 1964. Queen Mother Fannie Lou Hamer showed up at the Democratic National Convention in 1964 with the entire Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. I said Queen Mother Fannie Lou Hamer showed her ass. Queen Mother Fannie Lou Hamer
What? What did he say? What in the world? I don't know. I can't even call it. I'm just going to just keep going. I don't psycho. Sometimes I'm like, what in the world? What's up, Dr. J. Kelly? Says now he's telling people to vote Democrat. Wow, but he's all over the place. Really, it's about power and control. He feels as if he's so important to the black community that he can dictate to you all who you should vote for or whether or not you should vote. Okay, again, that's a personal choice, and you vote for who the best candidate that fits your. And again, no candidate is going to say everything that you would want, or they're going to promise everything that you want, or their platform is going to be everything that you want. But you if you choose to vote. Okay, and I'm not here to tell people to vote or not vote. You should choose the candidate that best fits your worldview, as it were. Okay, I don't even know if that's the proper term. Maybe not worldview, but you guys catch my drift. Okay, I found the videos that I was talking about before. So let me let this play just a little bit more. We'll get to the halfway mark, and I want to pull something up and let you guys listen to it. Okay.
Showed her ass. She showed up and showed out with the entire Black Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party at the Democratic Convention.
Yeah, it looks like Harry Tubman is mocking him literally. Yeah, but even the shirt that he's wearing, Urea, the one, it's just Look at this. The lower portion of that image of Harriet Tubman, it's from a video game. Anyone know what video game that is? Watch this. Watch this, Urea. Here, let me put it back up there. Anybody know what video game that is? The lower portion of that T-shirt that Umar has on with the head of Harriet Tubman. There it is. There it is right here. It's from the video game Hitman. y'all go look up the video game Hitman and go see what that's about. Okay, it's a video game called Hitman. I've never played it. Okay, I don't think it's on Steam either, but I've heard about it. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so that's Umar. You know, okay, I found those videos, but let me let this. And thanks, Urea, for. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, brother. If I'm not, I apologize. No disrespect. Let me play this a little bit more so we get to the halfway mark, and then I want to pull a couple of things up, and then we'll finish up with the second half of this video. Okay, it's not too long, so we should be. Yeah, we probably got about maybe 18 minutes of this video left, so we should have a relatively quick show. Again, 664 votes right now. Is Umar Johnson's attack on Kamala Harris justified? 62% say no, and 38% say yes. Let's keep going. Here we go.
In 1964. I want you to show up and show out like Bobby Seale, co-founder of the Black Panther Party. He showed up and showed out in 1968 at the Democratic National Convention. Bobby Seale showed up and showed out. Fannie Lou Hamer showed up and showed out. What are we going to do? What are we going to do, Black America?
Yeah, I have a Steam account, but I don't play any other games except Civ 4, I think. Is it Civ 4 or Civ 5? Not the most recent one. They're working on a new one, but I like the not the most recent one, the one before that.
This is not just about Chicago. This is not just about Springfield. This is not just about Illinois. This is about the future of the American African community. New York City, you need to come to Chicago. Texas, you need to come to Chicago. Carolinas, Georgia, you need to come to Chicago. Oakland, LA, Compton, stop dancing to Kendrick Lamar and let's get some.
What's up, Hasa? You funny. Nah, I was never into Sims. Nah, only game I really play is Civ. I was playing Starfield, but I got bored with it. That's on the Xbox X. But they got they have a DLC that's supposed to be coming out soon, and it's supposed to be expanding. It's supposed to be a significant expansion, so I'm waiting on that. Okay, here we go.
Activism in. Stop dancing to Kendrick Lamar and come get some activism in. We
What's
can't
up,
party our way to
100% real man?
liberation. We can't rap our way to liberation. We can't dance our way to liberation. We can't pray our way to liberation.
No. It was real fun. I just played it so much, and then at a certain point, I'm just waiting on new content. Because I beat the game already, but I enjoy. I'm into sci-fi, so it was right up my alley. I was really happy with that game. All right, here we go.
Can't march our way to liberation. We got to fight, disrupt, and protest. What did the Honorable Frederick Douglass say? If there is no struggle, there is no progress. What did Queen Mother Harriet Tubman say? What did Queen Mother Harriet Tubman say? She said, I freed plenty of slaves. I could have freed more.
That shirt is disrespect. Yeah, listen, I agree too. Let me put it this way. And this is one thing about Umar. He has no respect for the dead. He doesn't have respect for living, but he definitely doesn't have any respect for the dead. Let's say, Robbie, that your ancestor was Harriet Tubman. And you see someone like Umar Johnson wearing a shirt like this where they have Harriet Tubman's head, your ancestor, and then a hitman's body. What kind of shit is that? And I want everyone else to think about that. Let's say it's your ancestor and they take the head of your ancestor and put it on a t-shirt. And then on that, and they just take the head. And then on the body, they superimpose the hitman outfit. How would you feel about that? See, and people see shit like that. Some black people like, yeah, that's that. No, I don't believe in that. So that's the thing. We talk all this ancestor talk, but we ain't got no respect. None. Even Umar still calling himself a descendant of Frederick Douglass shows that he lacks respect for Frederick Douglass and Frederick Douglass, true descendants of Frederick Douglass. They already told him to stop. They said, Clown, you need to stop because you're not related. You're not a descendant. But he keeps doing it. Y'all, by the way, Robin, you know this. Did you guys know that Umar claimed to be a descendant of Harriet Tubman too? No respect. He said that he was a descendant of Pharaoh Ramses. He said he was a descendant of Harriet Tubman. He said he was a descendant of Frederick Douglass. And he also, and we recently saw this video where he said he was a descendant of, what's that black wrestler's name? Booker T. So he said he a descendant of Booker T. Washington. He said, that's my ancestor. No, it's not. Cut it out. So he has no respect for anybody, even to do that. Why would you do something like that? Let me just say it one other way. Robbie and everyone in Cookie Crush Chat, if there was a clown running around town and traveling all over the world, and they're saying that they're a descendant of one of your family members and they're not, how would you feel about that? And clout chasing off of one of your family members and they're not, how would you feel about that? And getting money by associating yourself with one of your family members who was of high esteem and high regard, how would you feel about that? See, Umar has no respect. See, that's why, and I can pull up the video when he went down to the grave site of who was the young man that was killed down there in Florida by Zimmerman. I can't think of his name. I apologize, no disrespect. When he went down there to the grave site and he was at the actual grave site, he was leaning down like this and tapping the headstone like this. Trayvon Martin, no disrespect, I apologize. He was tapping the headstone like this. I said, what kind of crazy, what's wrong with this guy? That's not normal human behavior. Something's wrong with this guy. And you know what it is, Robbie? You said it. He has no respect. He don't have no respect for the living, and he don't have no respect for the dead. I'm gonna tell you, a man like that is dangerous. Said he said he was a descendant of Booker T. I said, boy, if you don't stop, he a descendant of everybody. He'd probably say he descendant of Robbie. I'm just playing. Okay, thank you for a super chat. All right, let me play just a little bit more of this, then we're going to pull up another video. Here we go.
If they only knew that they were slaves. Queen Mother Harriet Tubman said, I freed plenty of slaves. Could have freed more if they only knew that they were slaves. Queen Mother Harriet Tubman said, I had a right to two things. And if I couldn't have one, I would surely have the other. Queen Mother Harriet Tubman said, I have a right to two things. And if I can't have one.
Yeah, that's what he said. I can pull it up. But I ain't going to do it because we're going to be here all night.
I would surely have the other, freedom or death. Queen Mother Harriet Tubman said, freedom or death. That's what she said. In Black America, I'm telling you right now, it's all about freedom or death. What we ain't going to do is vote for Trump because we tired of the Democrats. What we ain't going to do is vote for Kamala because we scared of the Republicans. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again, brothers and sisters. What we ain't going to do is vote for Trump because we tired of the Democrats. And what we ain't going to do is vote for the Democrats because we scared of Trump. I said we ain't going to vote for Trump.
So what is he proposing here, Cookie Crush Chat? Y'all let me know. I'm not quite sure what is his angle. Is he saying that we simply should not vote? Again, I'm impartial. Okay, I did register to vote today, though, however. Okay, so we're going to see. But I'm not quite sure if someone can let me know in the chat room. Seth says, Umar sells the ideas of freedom and liberation to people who are free to go anywhere in the world to the liberty to do so. Let's see, in the world and the liberty to do so. Yeah, but again, this is selling the, what did I used to call this? And people got so mad at me when I would say this. Perpetual victimhood. That Black people, what we're experiencing today is somehow similar to what, let's say, our grandparents experienced. And somehow what we experience today is what our great-great-grandparents experienced. And that what we experience today is what our great-great-great-great-great-grandparents experienced. And then what we experience today as people who are descendants of slaves, at least some of us are, because some people up in here may not have ancestors that were slaves. I do. That somehow what we are experiencing today is similar to what our ancestors experienced while they were enslaved. And that is a gross misrepresentation of the facts and of reality. In fact, I find it to be quite disrespectful to those who've come before. But Umar will use that, and a lot of people in the so-called Black conscious space, they use that, and it somehow is supposed to be uplifting, but really what it is it's oppressive. Because if you make people feel as if they have no power to do things that they really do have the power to do, you're actually taking power away from them. That's not upliftment. That's not Black empowerment. But for whatever reason, perpetual victimhood has become a major selling point, and there is a demand for it. But I will tell you that anyone who has this sense that you're a perpetual victim, it's going to be very difficult for you to actualize a reality that you want, because you're never going to believe that you have the power to do anything. And you're absolutely right about this. See, there was a time, I was thinking about this the other day. There was a time where Black people, African Americans, whatever you want to call it, here in the United States of America, we couldn't even eat at the same restaurants as white people. We can do that now. There was a time where they had separate drinking fountains when they called Black people colored, and they had fountains that said colored on them. Okay, we can drink at the drinking fountain now. There was a time where, man, the list goes on and on and on. The point is that it's a different time. Now, does racism exist? Absolutely. Are there racist assholes out here doing stupid shit? Absolutely. But let's not try to conflate what we're experiencing today with what our ancestors experienced, and even our own parents experienced, because it's a false equivalency. So what I'm getting at here is that, yeah, Umar sells these ideas of freedom and liberation to people who are free to go anywhere in the world and the liberty to do so. But at the same time, he wants it to appear as if Black people have no power, and Black people are so oppressed that they don't have the freedom or the liberation to go do things that they do have the power to go and do. So this is something that everyone to be careful about with these types of people, and in particular, Umar. Let me say one other thing, Seth, because I don't want to overstate this. It's not that everyone in the so-called Black conscious space does that, but there is a high percentage of people in that space that do that. And Umar is one of those people. And it's unfortunate too, because anytime you can make a person feel as if they're powerless, well, you disempower them, you become their oppressor. Okay? And like I said, because I already know how people be. Yes, there is racism. I've had to deal with it. Y'all have had to deal with it. You probably had to deal with it today. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. What I'm saying is that we should not conflate what we're dealing with and equate what we're dealing with what our ancestors had to go through, because it's disrespectful to their reality and what they had to strive to get over. It's not the same. Okay. All right. I don't mean to go off on that, but thanks, Seth, for super chat. Gad says, top cop Kamala. Here we go. For open borders. Well, I don't want to go here right now, because I'm still thinking about whether we're going to do a show to talk about these types of things. But as most of you guys probably know, the platform for Democrats is an easier gateway to become citizens here in the United States of America. I think it's overstated when they say we just want open borders and anyone can come in whenever they want to. Okay. And it can go the other way too, because Republicans, the idea is more stricter guidelines in terms of immigration, people coming in. But then there are Republicans, they have that view, but then there are Democrats who overstate that. Well, no, they're saying that they don't want any immigrants over. No. So it goes both ways. We got to be careful about that. Okay. Yeah. What Umar wants, what he's really saying is don't vote, just donate. Thanks, Edward. I appreciate it. Eli the Fourth. I like that name. It sounds like, like a royalty, like, you're a king or something like that. I like that. Okay. Says, hey, Lenon, the consistency is admirable. That intro song followed by the cinematics literally have me in tears every time. FDMG is coming. Yeah, it's coming. All right. But Eli, Umar doesn't talk about FDMG like he used to. I was talking about this the other day. This is one of the fascinating things about this whole FDMG school scandal. It's a scandal. It's not just a scam. It's a scandal. If you listen carefully, Umar doesn't like to bring it up. He was, when Father David asked him about it the other day, Umar was like, what? He's like, what, you mean the school? No, yeah, he meant the school. But Umar doesn't want to talk about it because Umar knows that it's a failure. And he knows that it's nothing more than a scam. I had someone message me and they were like, Well, if you already know that it's a scam, well, if it is really a scam, then why would he still be collecting money? And I said, exactly. That's why it's a scam. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's a scam. See, because if you know at a certain point that it's not going to work and you know that you don't want it to come into fruition anyway, you should stop asking for money. But that's not what Umar did. What did he do? He keeps asking for money. Okay. It's been a decade since the St. Paul school scam. I said, yeah, precisely. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Eli the fourth. All right. That's cool. All right. Okay. Where are we at? Let's take a quick break. We'll get back to the video. I want to pull something up for you guys because we were talking about someone that brought it up earlier. And I totally agree that Umar, he has no business being around children. There's 3 videos here, and I don't know which video it is. Let me see. I think it is, well, it's one of these 2. We'll probably have to watch both to find out. But this is a woman out of Chicago that had dealings with Umar. And I want you guys to hear what she says. I always found it to be fascinating. She didn't really explain it, and I've never spoken to her personally, so I don't know the whole backstory. But let's take a listen. I want you guys to hear this.
Now we're here at the House of Culture, and I'm not going to interrupt the session.
Excuse me. The lady wants her before she gets out.
And I'm not paying to come in. Whoa. But I will be here when this brother step out. Where's Cash? Where's Umar? Excuse me. Wait. Where? Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, because brother. Oh, he seen me. You got some explaining to do.
See how cowardly he is? Y'all see his response to this woman? Watch this. Look at how Umar's body language. I'll be watching these interrogation videos. Look at Umar's body language.
Because brother. Oh, he seen me. You got some explaining to do.
Yeah, Yolanda. She was like, he see me, and he did. He knew she was right there. But look at Umar trying to look away. You know, like dogs be doing. They be like, say, I know you did something. Why you do that? Why you do that? If look at Umar, big old baby. I'm trying to tell y'all. Yeah, he starts scratching his head and shit. Well, come on, De Niro. Listen. Never mind. Never mind. Just got to be at peace with it.
Some apologies to make and some debts to pay. Brother.
Oh no, I got you, man. I got you.
Yeah, I got me. I got me. Well, where we at with my money? Yeah, don't run. I'll be here when you come out. Oh, he can't save you. Don't call security. You can call the police. Yeah, I'm here, Cass. Yeah, and I'll be back. Excuse me. Indeed. Now.
This is old too, by the way. This is old stuff. See, Umar been owing people money for a long time, but that's not even the video I want to look at. Let me pull up this other one. Y'all give me 1 second. These videos are from 2013. This is from 11 years ago. I think it's this one right here. Let's see. Wait, is this one?
Now we're here at the House of Culture.
Yeah, hold on 1 second, everybody. Is it this one? No. Okay, let's try this one.
Okay, blessings, black people. This is Queen Sister here. Everybody in this town know Chubby Stubby owes me money, and Chubby Stubby owes me money. Black people, I do.
She called him Chubby Stubby. Good.
Chase men and I don't chase money. I don't know how long this brother thought I was going to allow him to hide under the sister's skirt like funky pussy. I'm sure nobody here asked him, where's his check? You understand? Where's Plan B? Here is the Freedom of Information quest and his email. Here is the document he issued. He knew that he was not a certified psychologist.
Oh, shit, I forgot about this. She got the paperwork too. Is Black Anonymous up in here today? I totally forgot about this. I've been sitting on this for years. Oh no, now I think I understand what was going on here. I think I know what was going on here. Damn. She had paperwork. I didn't realize, and you could see Umar's face on the paperwork too. I know the picture that she put there too. I know that picture. No, I tried to. I reached out to her years ago. Yeah, she was in politics in Chicago. Whew, man, let me just go back. We'll play the whole thing, but I really want to see. Yeah, she got them old pictures of Umar. Let me see what she say. Hold on.
Where's Plan B? Here is the Freedom of Information. And where's Plan B? Here is the Freedom of Information quest and his email. Here is the document he issued. He knew that he was not a certified psychologist.
She's saying that this is a document that Umar issued. I haven't seen this document. If there's anyone who knows what this document is or where I can find it, please let me know.
Excuse me. And here is the document. And it's a shame that black folks have to involve flesh folks in our shit. But I'm not going to chase him. I'm going to send the dark and the dark at his ass. And I will see his ass in court. Peace and love. Excuse me, brother. Excuse me.
I have to excuse you.
Excuse me.
No.
This is Cam's house. And Cam walked me up here. Let's be clear here. This is King. Cam is the king of this castle.
Excuse me, miss.
Now, excuse me. Excuse me. Brothers, get up off me. Y'all don't even know that brother. And you protecting him like this. Are you serious? This brother owed me money. Did you ask him where his check at? Huh?
Sister, it's not the time for that.
Cam, step me up here. Man, you got a whole lot of Mandingo brothers up in here pretending they can't take a marshmallow punch.
There you go. And you guys realize that this is before Umar started collecting money for the St. Paul school scam. You see this? This is before. He said he started collecting money in the April of 2014. This video is from 2013, November 2nd of 2013.
Protecting his brother.
You cannot.
Wait a minute. No, that's not what I have here. This video is from 2000. Wait a minute. Hold on. I got to look on my other screen here. No, okay. Let me be clear. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. These are pink chairs. I have this. This is from January, February, March, April, May, June of 2014. Umar said he started collecting money for FDMG in April of so that would be consistent. Okay, so I stand corrected. Okay, unless I put the wrong date here, but I'm going to go with what I'm fairly confident that I have the right date here. January, February, March, April, May, June 24th of 2014. Umar said he started collecting donations for St. Paul's in April of 2014. Okay, so this is consistent with what he said. Okay, so let me. I just want to be clear. This is actually after this particular video. The other video was before. This is after, unless I got the wrong date here, but I don't think I have the wrong date. I can go and check. Matter of fact, I'm gonna cross-reference and make sure I got that date right. Let this play.
Cam, step me up here. Man, you got a whole lot of Mandingo brothers up in here pretending they can't take a marshmallow punch. Protecting his brother.
You cannot do that right now.
Here, but it's done.
Time for this.
Don't go. Hey, back up off my shit. Back up.
We gotta go.
See, because I got a crew. And I got a tribe.
What's going on?
Brother.
Cam, the sister says you want to have that.
Excuse me, Cam.
Energy that we don't want to have it.
Now they don't want this energy.
We want her to go. That's what we want her to
I know you do.
Wait a minute.
I know you do,
man.
Okay,
exactly.
You want to hear?
Excuse me, I'm done.
Hey, don't play like
Cam, I'm
Wait a
done.
minute, man. Wait a minute.
This is your house.
That's right.
See that the brother gets this.
Come on, walk over.
See that the brother gets this.
We're not gonna disrespect nobody.
And we done. Brother, listen. He's not going to continue to come up in here and disrespect me. You understand?
Okay, by the way, yeah, it's June 24th, 2014. Okay, so this was after. The other video we played was before.
And I find it ironic that you...
But he owed her money before this video, to be clear. Okay, so he was collecting money prior to April of 2014. Because does this make sense? If this makes, because I can go back and replay it, but if this makes sense to people, if you can hit the one button, because I want to make sure that I'm actual and factual on this. The video that we're watching right now, it appeared on Queen Sister's YouTube page after Umar claims to have started to collect money for the St. Paul school scam. The video that we played prior to this video, that video was in 2013, which would have been prior to Umar claiming to have started collecting money for FDMG. So what that means is that he was collecting money before. Just make sense? Okay, I see the ones in here because I'm trying to figure it out myself. So we good. Okay. All right, let's keep going here. Yeah, and I totally forgot about this. Matter of fact, when she pulled out that paperwork, I was shocked.
I mean, stand for him, but you can't stand for your children as black folks and black babies dying in the streets of this city. Let's be clear here.
All right, she got your
This actions is not African.
She got it.
Now,
Get the baby.
get the baby. Get the future. He want to talk about everything except what little boys do with erect penises.
Yeah, I got shorts on. Matter of fact, let me move up because I want y'all seeing my crotches. Did y'all hear that? Let me go back. Watch this.
He want to talk about everything except what little boys do with erect penises.
But you remember the video where Umar says that he wants to murder 10% of, or he wants to murder black boys. He says, "Focus." In that video, you guys remember, matter of fact, watch this.
Somebody you can call on. I say the energy is in here. Maybe so much. I always know what it is because you know your tongue can cut. Watch what you say to your son ever. I say. And then you want to call us up to come in and play the damn cops. Walk in the house and dance. It's a beast. There's going to be some vampires in there. Like, damn. They look like people, don't they? You think they human. Ready to give up. Everybody was there. Cousins, grandpa with a cane. I said, damn. Y'all want to fight the man just because he want to see us see? Whether the door locked or not. You think my psychology always going to work? Hell no. Some brothers are straight third. I don't want to hear that. You got 3 master's degree. You ain't my master. Damn. Doctor Who. I ain't never seen you on Oprah. Stop laughing. Up under your skirt. And never get that masculine structure, he might start wanting to wear one. He will fix himself. I'm healthy as a mother. We ain't gonna talk about that. I don't even want to shake her left. But she can't. Because you'll get a restraining order. Guilty as hell. And if you think that she not even cute, hey, why you playing with your meat, son?
Y'all catch it? This is an old Umar video. I don't know if it would. I'm going to assume that it's before 2014, 2013. I can pull it up and find it, but I'm going to assume that right now. So Umar does have a history of talking about little boys and little girls' private parts. In fact, he referred to little girls' private parts as rotten cookies, meaning rotten vaginas. I can't even believe this. The guy talks like this. I can't even. Let's go back to this video. Then we got to get going here.
The dark. Erect penises. Everything except what little boys do with the baby. Get the future. He want to talk about everything except what little boys do with erect penises in the dark. You got to come Jerry Sandusky clean.
So you hear that right there? Anybody, does everyone know who Jerry Sandusky was? I don't know what in the world. Ain't no telling. Y'all go look it up on Google. Just open up another tab or browser, unless you're on your cell phone. That was out of Michigan, right? Jerry Sandusky. He's an American convicted serial child molester. Serial. He was found guilty on 45 of the 48. Wait a minute, hold on. Following a 2-year grand jury investigation, Sandusky was arrested and charged with 52 counts of sexual abuse of young boys over a 15-year period from 1994 to 2009. Sandusky met his molestation victims through the second mile. Several of his victims later testified against Sandusky in his sexual abuse trial. 4 of the charges were subsequently dropped. On June 22, 2012, Sandusky was found guilty of 45 of the 48 remaining charges. Sandusky was sentenced on October 9, 2012 to 30 to 60 years in prison. He has been incarcerated in the Pennsylvania prison system since October 31st, 2012. How did we even get here? That's the thing with this Umar stuff. You start one place and the rabbit hole just keeps going, and you like, what in the world? Did we finish that video? Let's see. No, we didn't finish. Let's finish it.
I'm done. My name is Green Sister. This your town, and this my house. You brothers ought to be shamed. You brothers ought to be shamed. Real talk. Brother, don't put your hands on me. Come on, Cam. Excuse me. Come on, Cam. Back up. Back up. I know, don't have what you got to have.
Yeah, my bad. I was thinking about Larry Nasir. That he was in Michigan. Okay, so that's my bad. Wait a minute, is that right? No, I thought that Sandusky was out there with. No. You're right. Because I meant Penn State, because the football coach, he passed away, rest in peace. But he was one of the greatest college football coaches of all time, and they were associated. And there were people who were saying that football coach didn't know anything about it. I think he did know about it, because that had been going on for such a long time. I can't remember the football coach's name, but he's one of the greatest college football coaches of all time. And he was at Penn State, that would be Pennsylvania. So I got confused. You're right. All right. Thank you for the correction. Yeah, that's him. Joe Paterno. Yep. Joe Paterno. Yep. There you go. Thank you guys for the correction. I appreciate it. Let's go.
Nothing to worry about. What you got to hide? That's what cowards do.
What y'all do is when y'all
Some black power with the black cowards. Back up. Give me 50 feet. This is my house. Back up. Back up.
let's go get room.
Back up.
Come on, sister, let's go. You made your statement. You got your statement off. Let's go.
You're an insult to their ancestors.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. Umar's also supportive of Dr. York. Do I need to pull it up? Let's do this. Okay, I didn't mean to get this sidetracked, but it is what it is. We do what we do. Cook Chat is undefeated. Thank you all so much for tuning on in. Make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't voted, go ahead and vote. We still got about maybe, I want to say 12 minutes left on the other video. So when we get to it, I'll limit my commentary. But I think it'd be apropos to play the third video, because there's 3 of them that I have. And I think it's this one right here. Let's take it. This is Queen Sister.
The boys got to study.
Blessings, black people. This is Queen Sister. We're here in the city of Chicago as a black star. Black people.
And why was God called Sheba before she was up
here with Dr.
And what is it about
Umar Johnson?
the moon and its 28
black
cycle?
This brother has some apologies to make, and going to
But ladies,
do.
let me say this.
We're not going to continue to support individuals that contribute in deceptive practice against black people. It's important that you know that we are not compliant and tolerant of that here. That goes for him, Al Sharpton, and anyone else who want to come here and splish splash in this flood of black blood. You desperate sisters have bitch-struck this brother into a pink tie and the belt of Pan Africanism, and he has lost sight of his true purpose
Your children are from another generation.
and the way of his path. My name is Clout.
And so because of that,
One village.
at the end, Douglas,
Boy, she was not playing. Boy, she one of them kind of aunties. You know what I'm talking about? she walking through the doors, swinging that arm. She get to swinging that arm. All right. I'm goofing off. Okay, I have another receipt. All right, let me go ahead and pull this up for the Cookie Crush chat. I'm looking for this other because there's actually two of them that I have with the York thing, but I do have one queued up. Is this it right here? No, that's Brother Polite defending York. Some people don't even. I saw someone said they don't know who York is. Go Google it real quick. Go Google Dr. York or Dr. Malachi Z. York, which wasn't his real name, and you can go ahead and read that for yourself. I do have this confession video right here, but we're not gonna get into that. Let's go ahead and pull this one up right here, and we'll have to skip through to the part though. But there's another one too. Here we go.
I'm your host, Muna.
Because we would hate to repatriate to a country. Some are more creating that. Team Pan African is the name of mine. The first time I went 2005. I look at Africa as the spiritual potential of even to Africa. We're not just going to help Africa.
So do you believe that the people who go back are going to be a part of the program, or are you just bringing them back and then they're doing their own thing?
It will be both.
Okay.
Because we want to give them the independence to utilize whatever goals and dreams and talents that they have. So we don't want to dictate. We don't want it to be cultish, so to speak. But at the same time, they will be obligated to Team Pan African, and they will be obligated to give back to the African country where they live. We want to make sure we don't become parasitic to Africa. A lot of Western-born, Americanized Africans go back home and we become parasitic, meaning we go and we extract. We take, just like the European does. So I go to Africa, I become a millionaire.
Yeah.
But what have you done for Africa? You're just a white man in a black face. You've done nothing different. The people there, how many are you hiring? What are you paying them? How are you investing in the community? So you mean to tell me you just went over there to extract and exploit Africa? We don't want that. And so our legal team will make sure that anyone who repatriates to Africa under the banner of Team Pan African is going to be a support for Liberia, a support for Ghana, not an exploiter. Okay, Africa doesn't need to be recolonized by Americanized Negroes. You understand? We're not going to recolonize Africa. We're going to, help Africa as we help ourselves.
Okay. Well,
Here,
you
right here.
mentioned a cult. Some people call your followers a cult.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
The reason those who support my work have been labeled a cult is because they are very, very courageous in their defense of Dr. Umar Johnson. And when you look at any of our great organizers, if you look at the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, if you look at the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, if you look at Dr. Malachi Z. York, if you
I found the other receipt too. Hold on one second. Now, let me read this to y'all real quick. He had a sex cult. There is a filter down effect too, because a lot of, well, let me not even go there. I know a whole lot more about that situation than, because there's a filter down effect. There's still people who still practice this foolishness. They just cross generation. They just pass one generation to the next. Let me see here. Let me read to you all this right quick. Dwight D. York, born June 26, 1945, also known as Malachi Z. York, Isa al-Hadid al-Mahdi. A lot of them used to have those types of names too, but they changed their names over and over again, just like Umar. Umar has at least 7 aliases. I think it's more than that. It's way more than that, I think. I think it's 11 or something like that. Is an American criminal black supremacist and then a pedo and convicted child molester, best known as the founding leader of several black Muslim groups in the New York, most notably the Nuwaubian Nation. Who else was in the Nuwaubian Nation too, by the way? A black supremacist new religious movement that has existed in some form since the 1960s. Let me scroll down here. He ended up moving to Georgia and constructed Tom Array. Polite was he didn't have direct contact with York, but he was a follower of York. There you go. See? There's other people too. What was the one guy, the guy that was he wasn't even really a rapper, but they used to call him the godfather of rap, or one of the godfathers of rap. And when I called him out, they were so mad at me back in the day. Come to find out, look what, anyway, we're gonna leave that alone. But he moved to Georgia. Who else moved to Georgia and set up a sex cult and now has life in prison? Anyway, he was arrested and convicted of child molestation, beginning in Brooklyn, York. York had established strict sexual practice within the community, reserving for himself sexual access to many women and girls, including wives and children of followers. That goes on. You guys can look at this up yourself, but his case was, let me see here. Early in 2004, York was convicted in federal court by a jury of multiple RICO, child molestation, and financial reporting charges. He was sentenced to 135 years in prison. And I don't know if it shows how many, let's see, how many charges he had, but it's considered to be the biggest child molestation case in U.S. history. That's who Umar Johnson is praising in that video. And then I also have this other video I'll play for you. And I'll have to play this from my browser because I couldn't find the actual file. I do have it downloaded. I just couldn't find it, but I'll play this version of it. And this is from someone else's YouTube page, but you can hear it clearly. Let me pull this up real quick. All right, here we go. Screen share, and then we'll get back to the video and we'll start winding this down. We're already at an hour and 56 minutes. Hope y'all enjoying the show. You can hit the like button. Also, there's a poll up. Make sure you vote for the poll. Let me do a screen share. Here we go. And I'm gonna do audio share too. And here is the video right here. Just scroll. Here we go. Wait, it's not working. Can you guys hear the audio? You know what? Let me just do this. I apologize. Let me, what I'll do is I'll download it because it's not working right. Just take about maybe 40 seconds here. All right, I'm downloading it now. 24%, 32, 46, 53, and it's done. Okay. That's the converting it. Now I'm downloading. It's downloaded now. And then let me just take it and put it on my desktop for easy access. I'll set it right here. And that way I can just pull it up inside of my graphical interface here in StreamYard. Okay, let me pull this up now. Let me find it. Where is it at? Here it is right here. Okay, I'm gonna skip through to the part.
What are your thoughts on
True limitations on child molestation of
Here we go.
pedophilia? You understand? I don't care if you did it last week or 50 years ago, you should be held accountable for it. I want to say that out front.
The Wapians all day long. Shout out to Dr. York. You're getting out soon. Hold your head, Elder.
I don't even know how we got here. It's been a windy road. How did we get here, Cookie Crush Chat? I don't even remember how we got to this point. I can't even remember, but that's the thing with Umar. It's a windy road, and the more you get into it, the more you realize just how much of a, anyway. Eli, thank you for becoming a member. We did 2 member videos today, and there's a whole archive for members here on my YouTube page. All right, so let's start to wind this down. We're going to get back to the original video here, and that's this one right here. Here we go.
Because we tired of the Democrats, and we ain't going to vote for the Democrats because we scared of Trump. We want resources. Where's the anti-black hate bill? I ain't heard a word from the red or the blue. Where's the anti-black hate bill? Where's the George Floyd police reform bill? Where's the laws against over-suspending and expelling black kids? Where's the program to crush the school-to-prison pipeline? Where is the agenda to stop black femicide, black women being murdered, choked out and killed, black women dying?
Look who's talking. You members who attended the previous live stream, doesn't this sound so contradictory compared to what Umar was doing when he was victim blaming women who've been raped? Totally contradictory. If you guys haven't seen that, we're covering in the series dealing with Umar and the misogyny and the disrespect or the objectification of black women and the sexism. Okay, he's saying this and it sounds good, and some of you black women love hearing this stuff, but he's not about this life. He don't live this way. He doesn't. He's the exact opposite. He preys on you guys. Yeah, he pretends to care. That's what it is. And that's why this young lady right here, I don't mean to go here, but I'm going to go here anyway. This young lady right here. Hold on one second. You know what? Let me not do it. We're going to say that for later. For another live stream.
In the process of giving birth, I ain't heard a word from Kamala Harris. I ain't heard a word from Donald Trump. I ain't heard a word from Kamala Harris. I ain't heard a word from Donald Trump. I ain't heard a word from Kamala Harris, and I ain't heard a word from Donald Trump. Has either candidate spoke on Sonya Massie's assassination? Has Kamala Harris spoken to Sonya Massie's execution by the deputy in Springfield, Illinois? Has former President Trump spoken to Sonya Massie's execution by the police, by the deputy in Springfield, Illinois? They ain't said a word about our sister. They ain't said a word about our sister, and black women running around talking about Kamala Harris is the choice for the black community. She ain't even said a word about our sister being assaulted and assassinated. 3 shots to the head. 3 shots.
Now, I thought she did say something about it. So let's fact check Umar, and I could be wrong. Anyone in the quick chat know, did Kamala Harris speak on that? Umar, he's such a liar. Kamala Harris called Sonya Massie's family. Vice President Kamala Harris on Friday, and this is from July 26, 2024, on Friday called the family of Sonya Massie, a 36-year-old black woman who was fatally shot by a sheriff deputy in her Illinois home. And you know what? There was a couple of people that were trying to justify that, including this guy named Officer Tatum. And I watched. I said, "What in the world? What? I don't get it. He's supposed to be a police officer." Massey, 36, was killed July 6 after she called the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office because she was afraid there might be a prowler outside, according to her. Anyway, I'll scroll down here. Yeah, well, that's all it says about Kamala. Yeah, so the point is, yeah, she did. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Here we go.
To the skull. 3 shots to the face is what Sonya Massie took, and Kamala Harris ain't said a word yet. I love my AKAs, but don't come to me with that nonsense. I love my AKA sisters, but don't come to me with no vote for Kamala Harris. She ain't even spoke out about Sonya Massie, so-called black vice president. She ain't said a word about Sonya Massie. Donald Trump ain't said a word about Sonya Massie. We are not voting out of emotion.
I wonder if that's true. I would have to fact check, but that's beside the point. Let's get going. We need to wind this down. Here we go.
We are voting because we have been promised tangible resources. We are not. Black America this year is not voting out of emotion. We will not vote out of emotion this year. We owe it to the ancestors. We owe
Okay, this says Vice President Harris on Tuesday condemned the police killing of Sonya Massie, who was shot in the face by an officer earlier this month after she called 911 for help. And then I quote, and this is from the Vice President. She said Sonya Massie deserved to be safe. After she called the police for help, she was tragically killed in her own home at the hands of a responding officer sworn to protect and serve. Doug and I sent, and I'm going to assume that Doug is her husband. Doug and I send strength and prayers to Sonya's family and friends, and we join them in grieving her senseless death. This is from newsnation.com, newsnationnow.com. Yeah, I'm just looking at the, and this is from, it was updated on July 24th, but it doesn't say when it actually, anyway. Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
We owe it to our children. We owe it to our elders. We owe it to all the Africans murdered by police. We owe it to the victims of the Buffalo Massacre. We owe it to our family all over the world. We will not.
Yeah, real quick. You're right, Eddie. I don't mean to pause because we need to finish winding this down, but you're right. The thing is with Umar is he lies a lot, and you always should fact check because oftentimes he throws stuff out there. He throws stats and statistics out there. He doesn't give any type of source or anything like that. He just throws it out there. Black people be spending $40 billion on chicken wing and hog mog and grits each month. He just be throwing stuff out there.
Out of emotion. To vote for Donald Trump because you're tired of the Democrats, that is an emotional vote. To vote for Kamala Harris because you're scared of Donald Trump, that is an emotional vote. We're not voting out of emotion this year. What are you promising Black America?
Yeah, but he lied. That's Umar. That's what he do. And I wonder, and it is possible that Trump did the same thing. He may have reached out or he may have commented on it. I don't know. I can look it up. Let me go see.
We're not voting out of emotion this year. What are you promising Black America?
Peace. Thank you. Well, that fit on the table there.
The Umar in the hotel motel.
All right. You sign in. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, let's see. Trump was asked about Sonya Massie and police immunity. He was asked about it, so he did speak on it. I don't know what he said. Let me see if it shows it. Yeah, he was asked and I wanted to actually do a video to cover this because a lot of people have been talking about it, and that's when he was interviewed by the three women, and Umar was mad about it. It's just because Umar, he feels like he should have been a participant. It's like, Umar, if you don't stop. But Trump appeared at hold on one second. He appeared at the National Association of Black Journalists convention in Chicago on Wednesday. Former President Donald Trump said that he was not familiar with the police killing of Sonya Massie. Okay, so he wasn't familiar with the unarmed Black woman who called 911 for help in her Springfield, Illinois home. He says, I don't know the exact case. That's not a good look, Trump said, but I saw something and it didn't look good to me. It didn't look good to me. Are you talking about the water, right? Oh, okay. So maybe he did see the actual video. Okay. So Umar doesn't know what he's talking about there either. Okay. I wanted to cover that because I actually downloaded it. I was going to play the whole thing and just go through it just, for the political aspect, but I never got around to it. We got a new member, Yolanda. I think you're a return member, right? I think you're a return member. Yeah, either way, I appreciate your membership. We had a whole lot of people joined today. So thank you all so much. I appreciate the support. Thanks to everyone who sent in super chats. There's someone who sent me a Cash App too. I want to thank you for that. I don't know if I actually responded. Let me make sure that I responded because I'm always appreciative. And let me go ahead and where did I put the video? Did I take it down? Oh yeah, here it is right here. Okay, let's finish this up. Here we go. In a hotel motel.
We're not voting out of emotion this year, family. We are not voting out of emotion. If anybody from the Republican Party plantation come to you with some fear mongering, if anybody from the Republican Party plantation, if anybody from the Democratic Party plantation come to you with some fear mongering, if any Negroes from either plantation, because we are the runaway Africans, We are the runaway slaves. We don't want the blue plantation and we don't want the red plantation.
Oh,
we
now he
want
says the red
freedom.
plantation.
I said we are the runaway Africans of 2024. We don't want the red plantation and we don't want the blue.
This guy's so goofy. He's so goofy sitting inside a hotel room or talking like this with this shirt on, looking like this. Y'all don't think this is a little, Biggie, you think this is a little strange? Southern Beach Arm. Do you think this is just a little strange, Kofi? It's just a little strange to me. Look at him. Umar funny, boy. Let's go.
Plantation. We don't want Slave Master Trump. We don't want Slave Master Harris. We want freedom. We want freedom. We ain't choosing no plantation. We choosing freedom, brothers and sisters. Letting these people make you feel ashamed because you too intelligent to be manipulated. Don't you let these plantation slaves, these Democratic Party plantation slaves, make you feel bad because you too intelligent to be manipulated. Don't you let them manipulate your emotions out of fear. We're the only people asked to vote out of fear. We're not voting out of fear no more. We're not voting out of fear no more. Deliver us the resources. You got 3 months, Kamala Harris.
Do that.
You got 3 months, Donald Trump. You got
want bacon? You want eggs? Umar,
months, Kamala Harris. You got 3 months, Donald Trump. Deliver me some resources.
I know, that's what I was saying.
Anti-black hate.
But listen, that's what I was saying earlier. See how these, you know, the black conscious people, they be trying to act like we're like picking cotton and shit. No, ain't nobody. That's not happening.
We want an anti-black hate bill. If we can't get no anti-black hate bill, you ain't getting no vote.
I gotta say this real quick. If we were in slavery right now and we still, and all this technology existed as it is today in 2024, we would not be allowed to be on the internet. Think about it. That's interesting, huh? If there was internet back then, slaves wouldn't have been allowed to get on the internet, right? But here we are. So it's not the same. See, it's not the same. But people like this, like Umar, they'll try to make it seem like we're still enslaved and we're runaway slaves and and you know, they out here trying to lynch us when they talk like that. Come on, cut it out.
We want reparations for the American African family. If you're not endorsing reparations, you ain't getting no black vote. That's right.
Look at this guy. It's inside of the bathroom, talking crazy.
We want qualified immunity eliminated for the
Happy birthday to you.
police.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. BBD Babadi B Sasha. What in the world? Happy birthday to you. To you. Let's go. Let's finish this up, shall we?
No more qualified immunity for the police. If you can't deliver us the elimination of qualified immunity for the police, you're not getting my vote. If you can't do something about the school to prison
Umar getting hyped, but then he gonna have to sit down and watch.
pipeline, you're not getting my vote. If you're not going to stop the migrant crisis in the black community, you're not getting my vote. If you don't do something about all these black people in jail for crimes they never committed, you can't get my vote. We're not voting out of fear no more. I plan on coming to Chicago. I'm flying straight in from Jamaica. I'm coming straight from.
We just saw your schedule, bro, and I cross-referenced it. You cut it out.
From the land of Garvey to Chicago to stand.
I tell you what, Umar, you better be there. Okay, I'm probably gonna forget, but Cook said, don't let me forget. Umar said he's going to Chicago so that he can be at the convention. That wasn't a fart, that was a chair. I need me a new chair. I'm gonna get me one. I already saw the one I want. It's at Costco. It's one of them lazy boy Costco's, but it's a computer chair. I'll probably be sleeping in it. When my wife kicked me out the bed. I don't get it. You women, why you do us like that? If I mess up the first time and I got to go lay on the couch, I get it. But if I mess up the second time and we talk about equality shouldn't you go sleep on the couch? What are we talking about anyway? I forgot what we were talking about. Anyway, somebody remind me of this when we get to the convention in Chicago for the Democrats. Remind me to look out for whether or not Umar Johnson actually went. And we're going to see. Okay. What? That didn't make no sense? What? I have this whole stand-up routine where I talk about equality and stuff, and that's one of the jokes that I use. Pay it no mind. Pay it no mind. Okay. But that's wrong when y'all be kicking us out though, because we be all sitting all cold. You know, we like being around you, especially in the bed, because that soft skin. Man, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know why God. Well, I know why God did that. That soft skin, it be smelling good too. And then we got to sit on the couch. That's what I'll be looking like. Okay, let's keep going. Here we go.
With my Springfield, Illinois brothers and sisters, I'm standing with the family of Sonya Massie. I'm standing with my Chicago African family at the Democratic National Convention.
Okay, Umar, you better be there. You better be there. Yeah, we be cold and lonely, and y'all just be all warm, and y'all probably be up there laughing and giggling. That's so wrong. Anyway, that's okay. We keep going.
We cannot let the Palestinians show us up. And much respect to the Palestinians. They have a right to fight and protest.
This guy's giving a speech inside a motel room next to the bed. You got to be kidding me.
Got no issue with y'all, but I'm fighting for my people first, and you should be able to understand that. And I'm not making no excuses, and I'm not explaining myself. You
Umar about to lay down.
Fighting for Palestine in Chicago. I'm fighting for black people in Chicago. You do you, and we gonna do us. Much respect to the Palestinian people. You fight your fight, but I'm only crying for black people. I'm only struggling for black people.
You struggling in the motel room. Go lay down.
Pushing for black people. So we coming to Chicago. We want justice. We want justice. Every black person in America. If you can only get to the DNC for one day, if you can only get to the DNC for 6 hours, if you can only touch the ground and walk around in the protest, you need to be on out there. This is about the future of our babies, our community. We can't take.
Yeah, but I thought you're saying people shouldn't vote. Which one is it? I'm so confused. Again, Cookie Crush Chat, if there's anyone who can explain this. Is he saying that we shouldn't vote or that we should vote? Excuse me. And that if we do vote, we shouldn't vote for Kamala Harris? I don't understand. But then he's saying he's going to go to the convention for what? Why are you going to the convention if you're not going to vote? Does anybody understand this? He do. He need to go lay down. You know that gospel song? I can't remember it. He needs to just go lay down. Coke is king. I think he about to lay down though. I really think because he's so hype. You know how he do. He get all hype and then he wear himself out in like a minute and 47 seconds. Then he got to go lay down. I got a video where Umar was so hype he laid down on the grass. I kid you not. Then he started talking about his feet and the bunions and corn on his feet. Y'all remember that? Hit the one. Thanks, Hazra. I hope you're doing all right too. Good to see you. That's one of the young people up in here. We've been knowing her for quite some time. She's doing good. You keep going. You do you. Let's see. LenonHonor, did you know Kamala Harris is a co-author of the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act? No, I did not know that. But Umar, he makes it seem as it. Well, that's Umar. Anyone else can corroborate this right here? Well, anyway, Black Anonymous has already been a credible source. So I don't even have to say that. Yeah, I'm going to be looking into all this stuff as I continue with my research and study. Matter of fact, let me write that down. The George Floyd Justice in Policing Act. Yeah, I'll take a look. And thanks for mentioning this too. I was going to say Kamala. Thanks, Black Anonymous. I appreciate it. Yeah, you see the ones, I'm not making nothing up. Everybody remembers this. That was one of the wildest videos you ever see with Umar. He started talking about his feats. Okay, here we go. I thought I was going to pull something else up, but I forgot. What did I say I was going to pull up? No, I can't.
It's laying down no more. Democratic Party wants you to vote because you scared of Donald Trump. Republican Party wants you to vote because you're tired of the Democrats.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up. I'll study it.
You better put some food on my plate. What you going to do about the banks practicing racism and discrimination against the American African people? What you going to do about all these banks discriminating against us and red?
Umar, he's starting a revolution inside the Red Roof Inn. that's his head.
Blinding us. What you gonna do about gentrification? Ain't nobody voting for nobody out of emotions. Them days is over, brothers and sisters.
There you
Columbia,
go.
South Carolina. I'm in the building. 200 Main Street.
You want to sit down so bad?
Columbia, South Carolina. I'm in the building. It's going down 200 Main Street tonight. Doors open up at 6. Miami, Florida. I'm gonna see you next Saturday. This Saturday. Miami, Florida, I'm going to see you Saturday, 12 until 7, for the celebration of the direct descendants of Africans enslaved in America. Miami, Florida, pull-up season. Miami, Florida, pull up. And then I'm going to see my Detroit Africans in Ypsilanti at the Black Consciousness Conference next weekend. Friday and Saturday, August 2nd and 3rd, Ypsilanti, Michigan. Ypsilanti, Michigan. YPSILANTI, Black Consciousness Conference, Friday and Saturday, August 2nd and 3rd. It's time to organize or die. I wish one of you Democratic Party plantation slaves would jump on my live with that crap. I wish one of you Democratic Party plantation slaves would jump on my live with that crap. You can't manipulate me out of emotion. I'm not voting out of no damn fear. You out of your mind. Trump and Harris ain't getting my vote until they put some food on my table. And let me.
Oh, he hungry. Yeah, so that's what he's saying. What he's saying is that we shouldn't vote for either. I think that's what Umar is saying here. Okay. Yeah.
I say this to the rappers and the athletes and the actors. Go to that DNC and show your ass on that.
Here you go. Here we go. Now, Jeff, this is illogic. So let me just break this down real quickly, and I'll do it nicely. Okay? Why make fun why make fun when a man is speaking truth? Okay, but if a man speaks truth once or twice or 3 times a day, but he lies 1,000 times a day, a lot of what he said here, I just went and checked for myself. He said that Kamala Harris didn't speak about the murder of the sister by a police officer. No, in fact, she did speak about that. So you just simply have to fact check Umar. Umar's a habitual liar. So when you say speaking truth, you got to be clear about what parcel is truth and what morsel is a lie. And the truth of the matter is that Umar, he's a habitual liar. So don't be fooled. That's what I'm saying. Don't be fooled. And Umar knows exactly what to say to give enough truth for people to buy into it. But the vast majority of what he says, it's just he's a liar. He's a habitual liar. And that's how he's been able to scam people too. Okay, so be clear about that. Watch out for that. You know, Umar's not the only case study in regards to this, because I've been wanting to do a series on Jay Morris, and I have all the files that I want to get to inside of a folder, and it's on my desktop. I can pull it up and show you. Matter of fact, I could pull it up and show you right now. Maybe I'll do that before we close out. But Jay Morrison is another example of this, because he gave just enough truth to get people riled up about this TREF, the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. And people invested upward, it was close to $12 million, if memory serves me correctly. And all that money, for the vast majority of it, it's gone. And he used it to enrich himself. Meanwhile, the people who contributed to the fund and invested in the fund, they got nothing. Their money is gone. In fact, one of the brothers, and I have the video right here, he invested, I think it was $40,000. His name is Julian Gordon. So what I'm saying is, you have to be careful about this idea that just because someone tells the truth sometimes, that they're not a liar most of the time. And sometimes just enough truth is enough. Let me say it, I apologize for raising that. Sometimes a little bit of truth is enough for people to dismiss all the lies. That's what you have to be careful about. That's why Jay Morrison was able to do what he was able to do. There's 2 videos in particular. I actually have, I think it's 8 videos that I would like to get to dealing with Jay Morrison. I'm going to come back to this. Okay, hold on one second.
There's some common DNA. And you guys can double check that and verify that with your experts. I'm telling you, it's the facts. That's accounting facts. You cannot complete your audit till your syndication partners submit their financials. Question: what is the employee compensation by year? On family, we do not disclose our staff's personal information and salaries. right? If you were working here, you wouldn't want your salary disclosed to the entire world for somebody.
They're not asking for the people's personal information. They're saying, how much are you paying staff? Because the money just got dried up. He was doing all kind of crazy stuff. I mean, he was doing game shows and shit. It was called Credit to Cash or some stupid shit like that. He had a game show set up. It was like neon green, and he up there yelling into the microphone, just goofy shit. But this video right here is very telling. This is a great example of individuals who will tell just enough truth in order to make people believe, but they also lie a whole lot, and that's how they get money out of people. It's through the lies, not through the truth. The truth is the gateway, but the lies is ultimately what puts them in a position to take advantage of people, and that's what Jay Morrison did. This right here is so deep. I want to break this down step by step because this is an excellent case study. It's not just Umar. It's people like Jay Morrison. Watch this part right here. Let me just play just a little bit of this. This guy got, so you think Umar is a scammer. This guy got like almost $12 million last time I remember. It was close to $12 million.
It owns also get those costs, but somewhere in about 6 million range for full land build out. Ready to go vertical fund, which is why,
because it wouldn't be directly the TREP fund.
See, look at his body language too. What he did was he took the money from the TREF to purchase this land. He didn't tell the people, the investors about this. He purchased the land and then put it into another under another LLC, and then he transferred the land to himself. And then how he justifies this is he says, well, but I also gave exclusive development rights back to not donors. I mean, you might as well say donors. Shit. I gave exclusive development rights back to the investors. But if you think about that, he owns the land. And so he owns the land. He purchased the land with their money. Here's the people. He takes their money, purchases the land, then puts the land into his name, and then he also bought himself a house too. And then he tells the people that you get exclusive development right, so they don't own the land, even though the money was taken from them to purchase the land. And then how are they going to pay to develop the land? And who are they going to have to pay to develop the land? They're going to have to pay him land that he bought with their money. See, you guys have to be very careful about individuals like this, including Umar Johnson. You got to be very careful.
Yeah, trust fund or my name. So we need a separate entity, and it may not have to be the person that they're talking to. Because if you look up Jay Morrison, you're going to see allegations, even though there's no findings, even though it's.
See, he put it in a different name because he didn't want people to find out, but this is his justification. They always have an excuse too, these scammers. This right here is such a great video to analyze. There's another one too, I think is just as important.
Clear, even though we win this lawsuit, even though it's speculation, it looks bad, it feels bad. And as a business owner.
Is there anyone in the chat room, if you don't mind saying, did you invest in the Tulsa Real Estate Fund? And if you don't want to, you don't have to answer, but I'm wondering if there's anyone in the chat room who invested.
You'd be hesitant to get in business with something that's muddy. That's correct. And that's been part of the undermining of our company, right? If you just throw a smear on somebody, they're not muddy. And now you have to decide if you want to get in bed with the mud or not.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Like putting tomato sauce on a white shirt and you're trying to clean it out, and then it comes out. A couple more. Because this area, I just got a spot around, not right in the area for our youth.
See his body language
program, and I ain't trying to get in my situation, but my little brother and I, we just want to be on myself.
I think those are, and maybe one other asset, but those are the assets that it owns currently.
It does the fund own.
Get those costs, but somewhere in about 6 million range for full land build out. Ready to go vertical.
Have you spoke with them? Last thing, have you spoke with them about the bond issue down there?
We have, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Good body language.
There it goes.
All right. 11.5 million raised.
Yes, sir.
11.5.
The brother asked, he said it's about 500,000 left.
Yep. So 500,000.
See, he doesn't give an exact figure. Okay, but 500,000, boy. And this is during the time for the housing market. People were making a gang of money. And this guy tricked off $11 million.
What assets currently does the fund own?
The fund owns the Legacy Center. It owns the Demoni Annex property,
by the way, he sold the Legacy Center and did not issue dividends to the investors after he sold that property. And then the building, the house on Demoni, whatever he said, he owns that. That's in his name. That's not Treff. That's in his name. See, he used the fund to enrich himself. And then once the fund started to get depleted, he made sure that he made particular maneuvers so that ultimately, when everything is over with, he has his own house. He has 22 acres, I think it's 22 acres, somewhere around there, of land. And then that 22 acres of land, he's saying that somehow the people whose money he used to buy that house within that land with, they have to now develop it. And he said something like it was a $5 million, $6 million build out. Well, who's going to pay for that? The same people who bought the land. And who they're going to be paying that to? So what I'm getting at is, it's not just the development, it's also the land itself. Who owns the land? So who they're going to be paying rent to, or who they're going to be paying a lease to him. See, this is why you need to know who you're dealing with. And that's why, Jeff, you said it right here. You said, I know nothing about this man. Exactly. You're talking about Umar. You don't know Umar. And don't take this the wrong way, because what you just stated here is that you're ignorant about Umar. My job is to educate people. He's funny, and that's why we laugh at the guy. But my job is to educate people with facts and receipts so that they can have the appropriate information they need so that they're not in a state of ignorance. You, sir, are in a state of ignorance. No disrespect. I'm not saying this to demean you, but you said it yourself. I know nothing about this man. Exactly. That's my point. Okay. But I judge only what he speaks. That's why people get played, because they believed in Jay Morrison based upon what he said, not realizing that what his intention was and what he ultimately did was to enrich himself. Well, the same thing with Umar. And you said only that what he speaks in that is truth. No, they will give you just enough truth so that you believe, and then you won't need, you don't have a need in your own mind to investigate them further so that you don't know who they are. So you're in a state of ignorance, and that's how they get you. That's how Jay Morrison got the investors. That's how Polite got all of the people who signed up for his mentorship program. Remember we did that series about Polite and how he did that, brother? Crypto Roots, rest in peace. Need to bring that back. See, Crypto Roots didn't know who Polite was. He went based upon what Polite said and what in the speaking, and that's it. They have the gift of gab, and that's how they get people. Okay? Stop mocking our own. It's not about mocking our own, and Umar is not mine. We got to stop that shit. Because they're black, they're our own, and we got it. No. That's how people who are predatory in the community, whether it is online or in the real world, are able to continue to perpetuate the victimization of black people. Because we say shit like, you know what, they're us. We shouldn't do this and we shouldn't do it publicly. No, if these guys are out here scamming publicly, then we should speak about it publicly. Mind you, Jeff, no disrespect, you don't even know Umar. Okay, no disrespect. Again, I'm going to say this and help build an independent party. I'm going to say this and don't take offense, but you ain't going to build shit. Okay, you're not. Because the fact that you're falling around Umar like this, I already know. You wanted people like Umar who's a talker, and you want to make excuses for Umar's behavior. That being said, I want to apologize to Jeff if I said anything here that offended you. If I said anything that was made you feel any type of way, that's not my intent. Okay, but you said it yourself. I know nothing about this man, and that is all that needs to be said, because ignorance is bliss for some people, but it is also a gateway and a pathway for people like Umar Johnson and Jay Morrison to manipulate and to scam and scheme. I'll say it one more time, Jeff. I did not mean to disrespect you. And if you felt disrespected during my little bit of diatribe here, I apologize. Okay. Where were we? Been trying to finish this for like a month. Lewis Huck says this whole our people stick to our own is mind control. I totally agree. In social conditioning, this idea of shared struggle where we must support regardless, even if people are doing the wrong thing. Because they are Black, we support them. I don't believe in that. A scammer is a scammer. A womanizer is a womanizer. I don't support that. A deadbeat is a deadbeat. I don't support that. A fraudster is a fraudster. I don't support that. A pedophile is a pedophile. I don't support that. Just because they're Black, I'm supposed to give them a pass? I don't think so. I don't believe in that. That shit is, well, that's it's what we used to say. It's played out. That's some played out shit right there. And you wonder why these things continue to happen, because we'll give a pass to a Black person who's doing all kind of crazy shit. And they're not doing it to white people. They're not doing it to Asians. They're not doing it to nobody else but us. And yet somehow we're supposed to give them a pass. I don't believe in that. And let me say this. Let me take this one step further too, Lewis Luck, before we start to truly wind down this live stream. I hope you all enjoying the show. Men don't tolerate it. Our job is to serve and to protect our families, our women, and our communities. That's our job. And a real man doesn't sit back and say, you know what, this is okay for someone because he's Black. I'm going to go ahead and just excuse this deviant behavior. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe in that. And that's wrong. That's just wrong. That's wrong. And it's not even my opinion. We're supposed to be the front lines of defense. So this whole thing about it's our people ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It's like that phrase. I don't ever use it, but that phrase, all skin folk, whatever, ain't kin folk, whatever it says, something about an alligator and a crocodile. I don't know. Lewis, look, you know what I'm talking about. All right. All right. Thanks for the super chat. Now we're going to truly start winding this show down. All right. I appreciate everyone's attendance. Real quick, let me go ahead and do a final tally with the votes. We have 966 votes. Can we get to 1,000? Okay, that would be 44 votes. Let's try to get to 1,000 before we close out this live stream. If you haven't voted, the question is Umar Johnson's attack on Kamala Harris justified? As of right now, 39% say yes and 61% say no. All right, this is such an interesting, maybe we need to start this tomorrow. I don't know, but it's such an interesting case study. Let me just play this. Let's do a minute and a half on this.
Burn rate going, how long before it's out of bread?
It depends.
He's talking about the fund itself. When will the funds be depleted? He's talking about the Tulsa Real Estate Fund.
On how our revenue's coming in. So right, we can't give a accurate number.
Gotcha.
Right? Because there's different monies that come in every single month. There's houses, there's loans that we have. So you ask what we own. We also have loans out as well.
Gotcha.
So there's loans that come out that get redeemed. When someone pays a loan off, we get that capital back. There's a legacy center and a revenue.
Yeah, he was giving out loans too. That's crazy.
It makes and fluctuates monthly, but it's stabilizing, going upwards. So all those things affect the burn rate. But we absolutely must continue the mission. Absolutely must raise capital.
I feel you. All I got to say is this, man. Jay, so 5 years later, a lot of people put their money in. A lot of people leave you. Myself believe in you.
Yes, sir.
I want to be in myself. On the story that initially that we supposed to have a similar fabric coming from a similar background. You know what I mean? So that's
understood.
I had no issue, throwing a couple dollars up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people did because of that. So after 5 years, $11 million down. I hope you understand how people look at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, where all this money went, man? You know what I mean? And trying to get an understanding, sophisticated, not sophisticated. We just went with the bro because we thought he had the leadership, or believe he has the leadership to take this to where we need to go.
Yeah, you're right. De Niro Jones, excuse his screen thing. Let me just read it over here. He said, Jay was giving out loans to himself and his family, no one else. Okay, now I don't know if I know for a fact that he did give out loans to his family. I mean, this guy, he's something else. Okay, I know for a fact that he did that. The person that really, he was the primary investor. He invested, I believe it was $40,000. I apologize, $40,000. And his name is Julian Gordon. In fact, I have the video where after Julian Gordon contributed the $40,000, that Jay Morrison had him on his YouTube page, and they have this conversation. And really, what Jay Morrison was doing was using Julian Gordon as the primitive example of how people should give. But it turns out, after all these years, Julian Gordon is now the one who's been exposing, amongst other people too. There's other people who've done it. Tony the Closer, Eli, What Happened? Common Sense. He and I go way back. Pocket Watcher with Jay Chi, he does a phenomenal job. There's other people too, but the point is that Julian Gordon right now, he's done a lot with the paperwork stuff, you know, and he has a lot of information dealing with this. But he was the primary investor, lead investor, if you will. He contributed $40,000, and here we are all these years later. He's the one that's taken the mantle these days to really expose Jay Morrison. Okay, we'll end it there. But this whole video, there's another video that's really, really good too, and it's a more recent video where if you listen carefully, you'll see how these scammers operate, these charlatans operate. And Umar is not an island unto himself. There's so many other people who participate in this type of behavior. And just because they're Black, we should not give them a pass. That's crazy. All right, let's finish this up. There's only like 2 minutes left. Here we go.
Acting like a good house Negro. We're going to cancel your ass. Because you know they're going to pull out some Negro pens to speak up for Kamala in Chicago. You're going to go to Chicago while people are being exterminated and exiled, and you're not going to demand nothing, and you're going to get up there and tell Black people to vote for Kamala. We're not doing it.
Hope you guys are enjoying the show.
We're not doing it. So let that be a message.
Okay, and we're almost done. We need 17 more votes to get to 1,000. And if you haven't hit the like button, please do if you've enjoyed the show.
To the House Negro celebrities of America. Let that be a message to the House Negro celebrities of Black America. Get on up there and show your ass for the Democrats. We're going to cancel your ass off the plantation. We're going to cancel your ass off the Go ahead. Play with me if you want. And keep my name out your mouth, because ain't none of y'all unapologetic. Fake ass gangster rappers. Y'all don't do nothing for the Black community.
This guy's so goofy. He's so goofy. Y'all want to start the series on Jay Morrison tomorrow? If you would like to hit the 1, we can do it like in shorter shows, like maybe an hour, and just start going through it. And we can start that coverage. Let me know if you guys would be interested in starting that tomorrow. Hit the 1.
Y'all don't do nothing for the Black community. I can't wait to see what Negroes they put on the stage for Kamala Harris.
That's a good question, Sharice.
Black August, Leo season, Democratic National Convention, Springfield, Illinois. What you gonna do?
Okay,
Chicago,
let's do it.
Illinois,
We'll start that tomorrow. I'll put
Illinois.
I'll get a graphic together and set up a show for tomorrow, and we'll get to it. Would you guys like to do it like in the evening time, like this show, or you want to do it during the day? Okay, because I'm taking off tomorrow. I got some other stuff going on. Yeah. He's in the $70 motel ranch. And hey, listen, and what I figure is that if it picks up enough traction, maybe we can get Julian Gordon on and he can start breaking this stuff down. Matter of fact, let me just do this real quick. I have stuff that is no longer online dealing with Jay Morrison. And this video right here is really interesting.
Excuse me. Now, I want to give y'all some news real quick. Our fund is closing April 29th at 12 p.m. midnight. The first ever Black-owned real estate crowdfund in the history of America. Will never be another one.
See, boy, I tell you, and there's this one right here. It's the full version.
Excuse me.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It's the same one. Stuff falling. You know it's bad when stuff be falling behind you. That's Mama Oya. She ain't playing no games. I'm just playing. I'm just playing, y'all. I shouldn't say it that. Mama Oya said, "Mama say, Mama Sama Makusai." She ain't playing no game. Okay, I'm so sidetracked. I apologize. This is the more recent video right here. That is incredible.
Thank you guys for just entertaining us.
Answer about the money from the sales and also the lawsuit. All that's going back into.
Yeah, he be blinking a lot like Umar. Okay, but let's do this tomorrow. We'll start this tomorrow. Someone said do it at 12 p.m. midnight. What are you talking about? You want to do it in the evening? Okay, Swag on Nito want to do it during, but I'm gonna do something during the day though anyway, because we got so much more to get caught up on. So we'll start the series tomorrow. I'll just figure out what time, but for sure we'll do at least 2 live streams. Okay, we'll make plans to do that tomorrow. But let's finish up with this video right here.
Black America, you better get to the DNC. The first day is August 19th. The second day is August 20th. I can't be there the 21st. That's Nat Turner. I can't be there on my solar return. That's Nat Turner. I can't be there on my solar return.
And by the way, Sheila said that you are the reason why black people don't stick together. No, we stick together. Good Crush Chat. Do we stick together? Let me tell you something, Sheila. Why is Umar always by himself? Think about it, Sheila. Why is there no joy in what Umar does? He's always ranting and raging. There's no joy. You never see him happy. See that, and that's why Umar doesn't have people around him, because he's a user and abuser. And at a certain point, people just stop dealing with him. A lot of people in the chat room right now used to be Umar Johnson followers. See, people don't stick with Umar not because of me or because of the Cookie Crush chat. Don't give us that much power. Most people don't stick with Umar because Umar, he's a sociopath. Be clear on this, Sheila. The vast majority of the people that were around with Umar back in the day when he started this school scam, they're not, 99% of them aren't around anymore. Yeah, I can pull up videos right now and show you exactly what I mean. They were out there literally yelling in the street, talking about donate, donate, don't. They're not around anymore. That ain't because of me. Don't give me that kind of power. I'm a small fish in a small pond, but we're undefeated. We stick together. Yes, we stick together. But why doesn't Umar have that? Why doesn't Umar have joy with what he look, Sheila? Who remember that Sheila E song? What was that Sheila E song? Look at this guy. Would you want to stick with this guy? Come on. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that. Now I see why people were saying 12 midnight so that we can get it be tomorrow. Y'all funny. I shouldn't do that. I apologize, Sheila. Okay. I already deleted your message anyway. Okay, but if you still here, please don't be mad at me. All right. You gonna stick with this guy? Come on, stop. Don't do that. All right. The vast majority of the people that used to support Umar, they left because Umar is a user and abuser. He uses people and then he discards them. And he does it for what they bring and the services that they bring. Here's an individual right here that he did that to. Look, Sheila, do you know who this is? Do you know how Umar did this guy? I showed the video earlier of the woman in Chicago and how she was explaining that Umar owed her money. Well, Umar owed this young man or this a man money too. I can't remember how much it was. I thought it was $3,000 or something like that. Remember, and recently we covered King Randall. King Randall, Umar scammed him out of over $3,000. That's the reason why people don't stick with Umar. So don't say that black people don't stick together, because we do. It's just that black people don't stick with Umar because he's a fraudster. He got people out here doing stuff like this and saying that he gonna pay them and then don't pay them, and the people got to take Umar to court. So Yolanda, come on, don't do that, dear, and don't give us that much power. The reason why black people don't stick with Umar is because Umar is a scammer and a charlatan. He's a user and abuser. But the truth is that black people who aren't doing those types of things, we stick together and we support each other. Okay. Dear Lord, Help me. Give me the power. 'Cause we gonna cut it down. We gonna cut it down. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. We gonna strike down on it. We gonna strike down on it. We gonna strike on down and keep on moving on. We gonna strike down on it. We gonna strike on it. We gonna strike and strike till the morning comes. We gonna cut it down. Whatever it is. Oh. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so tired. Thank you. All right. Stop. We all need to stop goofing off. Okay. Let's finish up. Here we go.
21st, that's Nat Turner. That's Jean-Jacques Dessalines. That's the Saint-La Overture. That's Marc Kandal. That's Bookman. That's Cecil Fataman. That's
Bookman? You talking about Bookman? You talking about Bookman from what show was that? Not a Good Time, was it?
Henry Christoph. I can't be there on the 21st, but I'm going to pull up straight from Jamaica or Costa Rica. I got to get there for a day or two. Chicago, if there's any protest, please send me the information. Chicago or Springfield, if there's any protest going down at the DNC August 19th, 20th, or 22nd, send me the information, please. The 19th and the 20th.
Umar can't do nothing for herself.
20th is going to be my best days. The 19th
Yo,
and
good
the
times.
20th is
Yeah,
going
okay,
to be
good
my
times.
best
Yeah.
days. Chicago, text me the info, 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858.
Yeah, I know. We a bunch of old people.
215-989-9858. This is the Prince of Pan Africanism, and I endorse this message.
What? What? You endorse the message? What is that supposed to be? All right, thank y'all so much for tuning on in. Let's tomorrow. Let's try to get together to start the series on Jay Morrison. And I have several receipts I would like to get into. There's two main videos, but I think we should start that tomorrow. I'm not sure if we'll do it during the day or during the evening time, but either way, we'll start that tomorrow. And there's so much more that we need to get caught on up on. So I want to thank everyone for tuning on in. Thanks everyone inside the Cookie Crush chat, all the mods for handling business, and also thanks to everyone who sent in super chats or cash apps or paper. I always appreciate it. Thank you all so very much. Okay, you don't have to do that, but the fact that you do makes me feel appreciated, and I appreciate to be appreciated, if that makes sense. Let me check the final tallies for our poll. We did a poll today here, and the question is, we got 1,026 votes. So thank you all so much for coming through on that. If you hit the like button before you head out the building, is Umar Johnson's attack on Kamala Harris justified? 39% said yes, and 61% said no. All right, so this is going to be interesting as we progress. If I do decide to do a show where I talk politics, it'll be interesting when I do polls to see what type of response we get. I want to thank everyone again for tuning on in. I hope that you enjoyed the show. Thanks to everyone who is a member. We did 2 member live streams today. If you guys are interested in getting into the information about Umar and how he's preying upon Black women and exploiting them financially and sexually, that series is a must. And there will be at least 2 more episodes of that. And then the last episode that we actually do, it'll be for everyone. And I'm looking forward to that, because that's where the young lady, she really reads Umar perfectly. Okay. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning on in. Swinging and Reagan, FDMG is in the making. All right. Thank you. It's good to see you. I hope you've been doing well. I know I think you were here earlier this week, but I didn't get to give you a shout out. So I want to give you a shout out here. This is one of the young OGs, as it were. Okay, please, everyone, enjoy the rest of your evening. And as we always do,
You to understand, overstand, understand. I need you to understand, overstand, and understand. Brother Jose.
Sí, señor, ¿cómo está?
Peace and love, good brother. You got any time to slide by today?
Sí, tengo 5 minutos.
As soon as possible. How soon can you get here?
15 minutos, 20.
601 East 17th Street, Wilmington.
Okay.
We're right around the corner from the Boys and Girls Club.
Sí, comprende.
601 East 17th Street, Wilmington, Delaware.
Comprende, sí. Can I come now? Why are you sniffing? You sniff time? What's going on? Turn the heat down.
Yes, sir. I need you to look at 2 things, Brother Jose.
Okay.
The first thing is the HVAC unit on our small gym has to be switched out.
Sí.
The company that produced the existing unit can replicate another unit.
¿Qué?
I just need to find a tech who is able to replace the unit when the new one has completed production.
Okay, no problema.
Which will take about 60 days, the company has told me.
Okay.
So I need you to look at it, let me know if you can do it, and what will the cost be for you to remove this old one, put the new one in, and the new one is going to look identical to the old one, but it's a more modern version.
¿Qué? No comprende.
We're going to buy the unit.
Okay.
Okay, so that's number 1. I want you to look at that. Number 2
is
on the small school, Brother Jose.
Okay.
We have a roof unit that has to be replaced.
Yeah.
We've already got the new unit produced. It is sitting in storage. But I have not been able to find a tech who can get the permit, block off the street, bring the crane, lift the new unit up on top of the school, tie it all in. So that unit has been sitting. It was delivered on November the 1st.
November?
And it's been sitting there for 3 months, Jose. So, and it's the same unit. All we did was order a replica of what's up there because it was custom made.
Pero no comprende. Don't make no sense, my friend. Okay? You go where you want me to come. I can look. You tell me what you want.
I'm not sure because it went straight to storage, and I'll share with you where that is. But it's supposed to be identical. It's supposed to be identical to the one up there. It is at a crane yard, and I have the address. It's not far from the school.
Is a crane yard? You say crane yard, huh? You're too funny.
Okay.
Huh? Sí, pero tú tengo
Yes, sir.
Huh? The money? You have the money? I got ¿cuánto? Tell me how much you pay.
No problem. I'm here waiting on you. Keep me posted.
How much?
Okay. Thanks, Jose. All
Hello?
Right.
Hello?
All right. Thank you all so much for tuning on in. I appreciate your presence. Please, if you hit the like button as you head out the building. We'll be back tomorrow with some more live streams. I hope you all enjoy it. All right. Love you.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's
What's up, Jimmy Jamboree and Brianna?
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, it's coming.
I said no money.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking.
Yeah, Sequoia. A lot of people don't remember that. Wasn't around for that crane yard fiasco. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning on. And FDMG is definitely coming on Monday this month. Yeah, a lot of people don't remember that was one of the classic sagas was the crane No, not the crane, the HVAC saga, but it went to the crane yard and all this other stuff. It was absolutely crazy. Excuse me. Thank y'all again for tuning on in. Please enjoy the rest of your evening, and love y'all. Yeah, I'll talk with y'all soon. All right, take care. Peace.